boots on deck, cause we're going out there. Don't care about the dress code, put it on, let's go. Girls go wild, cause we're going out fresco. Ha, no need to perform. Hands on our bodies, gonna keep us skills warm. We need social reform, cause we're just so criminal. Linguist subliminal, damage is minimal. Top percent our largest fraction. Massive attraction, girl action. Stop that, I'm gonna need a reaction. Drop that, you already got your reaction. Me, I'm gonna keep on smiling. You're gonna need restyling. I got a quote back from the jeweler. You're getting 20% cooler. Yeah, own this beat. You can call me a king or a ruler. Filling on bass, getting horse in the mic. We're getting 20% cooler. We had a great day out, calling my name like Ferris Bueller. It's time to wrap this up. We're getting 20% cooler. 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 Reduce that triple detonator and I don't think they're on my level like a rebel in a bunker getting shot with a mortar. Bump up and down cause I think you're order. Place your hand on my thigh, don't be coy, I can hear you sigh. Grounding your hips, I'll be flashing my pink and in 10 seconds flat, you'll be back with a drink. Whoa! Bring out the Bacardi! Swing that sparkle up in the party, tap that like a phone in a Cold War room on the third floor, knocking on my front door. Me, I'm kind of a rarity. You, work that dexterity. Lean back now, here's what I meant. Getting cooler like 20%. Yeah, own this beat. You can call me a king or a ruler. Filling on bass, getting horse in the mic. We're getting 20% cooler. We had a great day out, calling my name like Ferris Bueller. It's time to wrap this up. We're getting 20% cooler. 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 Yeah, own this beat. You can call me a king or a ruler. Filling on bass, getting horse in the mic. We're getting 20% cooler. We had a great day out, calling my name like Ferris Bueller. It's time to wrap this up. We're getting 20% cooler.
Yo, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I felt bad that I hadn't really done a stream much this week, so I was like, oh fuck, I'll do something quickly because I need to watch some stuff for the video I'm doing anyway. So I thought I'd come and show out for a bit and take a break from like fucking ruining my voice from the video I'm doing because I blame all of you for this. Actually, no, I don't. I blame Chud Logic for this. This is actually Chud Logic's fault. What the fuck am I talking about? I literally, I don't think I would have covered the Saber Spark stuff if it wasn't for Chud. This is entirely his fucking fault. How you doing, guys? Sup, Grax Harold, Babbo, Carmen, Beopins, Poochie, Gamma, how you doing, bro? Olivia, Lockwood, Beetle, I'm sure your cat is fine, Angie Angel, Portobello Mushrooms, I don't know why I'm just reading names, but good evening to all of you. If I haven't read your name out, I still love you, okay? How we doing? I'll give you a goal as well, okay? We're only doing one, okay? You have one chance to fill the goal tonight. That is going to be it. Because I don't want to do a super long stream because I really do have to do a video recording. Because I feel a bit like on a time schedule. I'm trying to get this out by Monday. And I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of fucking work to do. I've fucking killer amounts of work to do. Oh, Jesus. Only one star today? I don't know. If you're super enthused, you might get more stars. We'll see. It's not the intention. Wu-Ten, not Wu-Ten. No. Why? Shouldn't be Wu in the like thumbnail. It's oh fuck, no, I did say so, like we're still picking through things with the Wu video. Some of it really fucking annoyed me, so I'm just like, people can wait. People can wait. Fuck it, I don't care. So I wanted to do like, I don't know what I'm like. I actually paid you off again. Fuck. Oh god, what's a good way to put this? Like, it annoys me so much, that particular fucking story, just because it reminds me why I left the fucking politics in the first place. I hate this shit so much. So depressing. Stickers! Thank you for the 5, Pinker. Yeah, I'll get the Saber stuff out first. The Wu-Ten's kind of like evergreen, so. Thank you for covering this for me. I was gonna do it, but unnecessary drama for my channel, but now you are going to draw while you talk. To be fair, I'm not covering much of it at the moment. Like I want to take a look at a couple of pieces from KP's video So I have done an interview with KP. Okay, so I mentioned this in Chud's chat the other day. I've spoken to her. I've kind of picked through a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that happened. I have some vague ideas what are going on. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to fucking cuck my own video, basically. But you can probably expect that in the next few days. Didn't KP fuck it up? Yeah. You have insider info, can I have? Not at the moment. Not at the moment. Maybe tomorrow, Gamma. Because I don't want to... What's a good way to put this? There's so much stuff moving so fucking quickly that things that, like, I thought 24 hours ago, I no longer think. It's a real clusterfuck. It's kind of incredible. I mean, I kind of knew it would be like this, but the reason that I never looked at the Black Griffin allegations were because I I could smell this a fucking mile off, but yes. Thoughts on Emu Emmy being Anon, or is that bunk? No, okay, so what I can do is I can confirm that. I've got evidence of that. I can 100% confirm to you that Emmy is the person. I can 100% confirm that. So yeah, that is absolutely fucking true. I thought there was no evidence for anything. I mean, there's no evidence for certain things. There's other evidence for other things. Who is Emu Emmy? Jesus Christ. So, like, a lot of people have watched the kind of lore video on Emmy. I would... Oh, fuck. What do I want to say about this? I'd advise some skepticism on parts of the Emmy story as well, for those of you who are interested in that. Because, like, the brony fandom is a long history of people leveling accusations, sometimes with good evidence, sometimes with fairly shit evidence, and often... God, you know, I said this in the jar video. Part of the reason that I didn't platform unsubstantiated allegations against Jar is because they weaken wider allegations. And the brony community is really a story of, like, a couple of strong allegations surrounded by absolutely fucking bullshit allegations. Vortex Rose 1235 with the $1. Thanks very much. Much appreciated. That's £1. It's even better currency. Yeah, like, it's very difficult to pick through what's real and what's not. And I mean, like, I've looked at bits of the Black Griffin allegations. Generally speaking, a drama that's sort of like centered around persuading someone's wife that they were like fucking groomed is kind of fucking insane to me. I don't know why you do that. I was hoping to send a message attached to that. Just type it in chat, I'll read it out. The guy who made the Emu video had good points, but also completely retarded points. Also, I mean, oh fuck, like a severe lack of evidence for certain bits and pieces as well. Oh, no fucking way. Bro. Sorry, I just got sent something. Based. Okay. It's all coming together, chat. So a pony person went nuts again. I mean, the pony community has been going nuts forever, right? Like, most people just don't know the history of it. And it's a never-ending ongoing shit show. So it probably needs picking up. So hopefully I'll be able to do that in a video. I know other people also have videos in the works, which will be, no doubt, far more soy and annoying, frankly. I was going to say, well, I don't know about the testimony and everything about the girl who alleged stuff. I have personal issues with Saber Spark because of his inappropriate thumbnails. So here's the thing. Seemingly not age restricted so kids can see them. Sure, and I mean, like, this is the stuff leveled against, like, Nux Taku, right? I think you can have, like... So here's the thing. You can have allegations against people, but, like, they should be proportional to what you're actually talking about. Like, if you've got inappropriate thumbnails, and, like, again, I've looked through Saber Spark stuff, and, like, he has some pretty inappropriate thumbnails. I'll actually agree with that. But it's also kind of like, well, how much of an accusation is this? How serious do you want to make that accusation? Because if it's like the allegation gets an Uxtaku of like, well, you had Shadman art in your thumbnails, that's a very different allegation to, well, this is a bit raunchy, right? The story has layers like an onion. Oh, fuck, ain't that true? Ain't that the fucking truth? Jesus Christ. So yeah, no, I mean, some of it's just me trying to make heads or tails of shit. And I mean, there's a half-naked woman. Yeah, I think, are you referring to the, oh god, what's the name of the show? It's like a reality vote-off cartoon thing. Total something island or something like that. I blame Saber Spark for so far this sweeping for Black Griffin. So the Black Griffin allegations are really fucking weird. The problem with the Black Griffin allegation, Total Drama Island, there we go. Okay. The Black Griffin allegations are really fucking weird because again, okay, what's a good way to put this? There are bits about the Black Griffin allegations which seem really bad and appear to have legs. But unfortunately, the origin point of those allegations is brony fandom. And brony fandom is, to put it lightly, fucking crazy. So, like, you've always got to temper against what the source of your information is, unfortunately. And part of the stuff with Black Griffin, because I watched, like, Lazy Bedhead's video, is you're essentially, like, a lot of this is supposition. And huge amounts of all these allegations are essentially like, this person said this. And it's like, okay, well, generally, if we're talking about a drama of someone was a bit mean to me, I'll probably take testimony if someone said this. If you're talking about this person's a pedophile, I need more. I'm sorry. I just need more than that. This person's a rapist. I need more than that. I need more than testimony. Yeah. You cannot get mad at inappropriate ads if his thumbnails are just as inappropriately baity. Oh god, did he get mad about fucking YouTube ads? Like, don't get me wrong on this. I've got no interest in, like, defending Saber Spark's honor. I don't give a fuck. But it's just like, I don't know. It's all about consistency and proportionality, in my opinion. Yes, he did. Oh, dude. That's so gay. So Beckett, will this be funny or make me need a drink? Little both. That is the unfortunate part, and I agree I need more to label him such things. I still find dating someone you know as a kid creepy as fuck and needs to be called out. Well, here's the general problem with this. I agree with you, it's weird, by the way. Like, I agree with you, the Black Griffin stuff, super fucking weird. But sometimes, like, if nothing happened when she was a minor, and then she was, like, met up with him, like, when she's 20, and like they start dating them, which seems to be the narrative, it's like, okay, cool, that's a little bit of a weird origin story, but they both existed in the same fandom, so they were obviously going to interact. That's not crazy. What I will say is this: the entire brony fandom has this fucking problem. You're talking about like adult men obsessed with a kids cartoon show aimed at little girls. No wonder so much fucking weird shit happened. But at the same time, it's like, is that weird? Sure. Like, don't disagree with you. Doesn't make him a pedophile necessarily. That's the thing. She was a minor character from the third movie. Dude, I mean, again, I agree with you, but it's a brony fandom. Anyone who's got anything to do with it's treated like fucking royalty by that little group. I do hate YouTube's inappropriate ads, though. They're gross. I don't want to see that. Listen, I pay for premium. I haven't seen a YouTube ad in like fucking 3-4 years. She was front and center in the thumbnail. I'll tell you what, I mean, here's where I sit with the Black Griffin stuff. I'll probably get through the Saber Spark shit, and then I will probably look at it. Mostly because I'm sort of like getting so much side knowledge on it as well. It's what else am I meant to do? I might as well. He literally has a few vids about YouTube ads for kids Beckett. Have you guys ever seen his old content? Hold on, let's bring up his old content. Because I was going through it for the video. Where is it? We'll just go to oldest. Is this my window? It is. What the fuck is this stuff? What's this one? Horse famous. 2 million subscribers. I'm gonna kill myself. What? Fuck, my mouse is fucked. I need to get a new mouse. I mean, like, this is Saber Spark's old content. This is what Saber Spark's old content is like. It feels very smosh. Is that fair? It feels very smosh. Right? Back at stop. That would have done numbers in 2010's YouTube. I mean, these are like 34K, and back in the day, that was numbers, you know? That was fucking numbers back in the day. I don't know, listen, I never watched Smosh. I've got no fucking idea. Like, or like Fred kind of shit, or like, what was his name? Make Me Bad 54 or whatever the fuck his name was. Oh, fuck me. I like, yeah. I think looking at the old brony fandom, I mean, let's go for another one. Let's go for this, and we can like. This is Saber Spark's old brony documentary, and he had like interviews with like people at cons from this.
Timing and passion. Timing because the hype and chatter for the show happened at the perfect moment. 10 years ago, none of this would have been possible. The World Wide Web was not advanced enough.
This has like over 800,000 views. Actually, the second one, I think the second one's better. Where's the second one? I'll say this has got like interviews with people.
What's going on in here? I wanna kind of get.
They're all adult men, guys. There's like one woman in this. This is the token female of the brony community. Just pull up the animations with Queen Seraphina in them. Oh, dude, I was actually watching some Pimations the other day. Your PNG fits perfectly into an MLP cartoon. I hate you, Hoz. Becca, I was part of the brony fandom, and while I still love it, I still grew up a bit and left it pretty much behind me. I mean, most people did. Like, the brony fandom was like... Oh, dude. Okay, so I say this in the video. So I might as well say it here, because it's fairly early in the video. I don't know if it's much of a spoiler. One of the reasons that we're litigating dramas from, like, 2012 in 2025 is because the brony fandom, like, the brony fandom had a culture of silence right up until like 2018. So you've got like a 6-year period where a load of random shit happened and no one talked about it. And do you know what one of the major turning points of people talking about it was? Fucking Lio Convoy. Yeah, Lio Convoy came into this community after the Toon Critic stuff happened. It's such a cesspool. Yeah, and this is also why it's like no one has any fucking evidence for anything, because it all happened like over a decade ago. And like, is it true? I mean, I imagine there's grains of truth to half this shit, but is it as bad as people were saying? I don't know, maybe? I don't think so. Like, if it is, then it's a much wider problem, because it's like, well, okay, people definitely fucking covered this shit up. Do you know what I mean? The problem is that there was basically a thing of you should forgive people. You should forgive people. Friendship is magic. We all love each other. Keep things behind closed doors. The furry community was the same, by the way. Don't embarrass the fandom was literally a tagline, you know? These are grown people dressing up like horses. All the degeneracy is true. Do not cry. Yeah, listen. Well, this is part of the problem as well. It's like... I don't think Saber Spark is a rapist. Okay, I'll lay my cards. But I don't think that's going to be a wild fucking take for anybody. I don't think Saber Spark is a rapist. I don't see any evidence for it. I think there'd be far more accusations, frankly, if there were. But I think it's likely they had some sort of relationship. I don't know. We'll hear from Saber. Hey, what he has to say. I imagine a response is coming. But that's what the accusations are. Like, that Saber Spark is raped through coercion, or, like, lack of consent, or whatever. It's just crazy. And you can't run allegations like this. You cannot run allegations like this with no fucking evidence. You cannot run it off one piece of testimony from somebody claiming this happened over a decade ago. Are you fucking mental? Like, what are you doing? Who would win? Bronies of MLP or ACC peeps? Same people. Same people. Most of the ACC, the origins of Senate is like atop the barrel. Atop the barrel is a fucking brony server. Same people. I don't know what you mean. I curse my knowledge. I don't know whether to actually be mad at Chud. He's been on at me about staying out of things for ages. And he's right, by the way. He's right. It's fine. But I'm like, I wouldn't have touched this if I wasn't fucking watching Chud cover it. I completely blame him. Oh, fuck. No, to be fair, it's not just that. I heard Lyle was involved, so I went to ask questions because I got interested. Why are you touching this? I'm doing a video on it, C-Money. But also, yeah, again, Chud. Go Rise with the 2. Same thing, but different. True, guys. Yeah, I don't know how long stream's going to be, by the way. Like, I really did mean it when I said I wanted to do a short one. I mean, does anyone have any thoughts? Because, I mean, I can't believe there are 170 of you here when I'm sort of, like, shuffling off the mortal coil and randomly throwing up a fucking stream. So, like, if anyone's got any random fucking questions or thoughts, then, now would be good. Actually, maybe I can believe there are 170 of you here, because you fucking show up. Love you all. I can't blame Chud since I tracked it since moment 1. That's true. It's true. Mama Max return take. I haven't seen a lot of the Mama Max coverage. Again, the only Mama Max stuff I've seen about an hour of Chud's coverage, but that's literally it. And sort of like the responses on like to Mudahar talking about Tommy C. That's pretty much it. Some of us are bots. That's very true, Sick. That would explain your tweets. Beckett, what's the earliest points you know about the ACC DA ranters? Earliest points. So I became aware of this community back in like 2018 is when I started following this stuff, because I was really interested in the Toon Critic drama. Is Mike from PA really stuck in that couch? I don't know what that's a reference to, but I'm going to say yes. You think these guys would learn, but no, same nonsense. True. Sick is 100% bot. Also fucking true. So yeah, okay, cool. Let's get into some of this then. Beckett, why are you British? Oh, fuck, that reminds me. I've had a hit piece made on me. I've had a fucking hit piece made on me, chat. Have you guys seen this shit? How the fuck? I'm hurt. I'm hurt. Gallagher is fucking doing hit pieces on me now.
Hassan's such a prick, chat. I fucking hate him. Oh, chat, you've reached another goal. You get a stick.
Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
But this has sort of reminded me, right, we need to talk about something, and that's how I'm not a fascist, right? I'm not.
It's true, I'm not a fascist, despite what the press has said about me.
A fucking fascist.
My ears.
I'm not a fucking fascist. If you got a fucking problem with me, yeah, ask for Beckett, come down Birmingham, yeah, I'll break your fucking legs, little prick, and no one will fucking see it, yeah? I'll fucking shove you up, fam. I'll come down outside the fucking Greg's, yeah, and I'll fucking crispy your fucking little melt. I will
your fucking little melt. I'm gonna use that. That's fucking amazing.
Can get you, alright? And no one will fucking see it. I will get you.
I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole. Do you know what I mean?
Birmingham is a fucking shithole. I hate the fucking place. I fucking hate it. It's full of dickheads. I fucking hate it.
Okay. Anyway. Right. I want to... I've never heard Beckett's use fam. I fucking hate fam as a word. Fam's a fucking terrible word. I love how you're more flattered by the hit piece so far than offended. Listen, I love when people make hit pieces on me. It's really fun. It's, to be fair, it's Gallagher. It's like, it's not an actual hit piece, but like every time anybody makes like short pieces at me, I'm usually pretty happy about it. It's nice to be acknowledged. Oh fuck. Okay. Beckett V was Irish. Hurtful, Thuman. Hurtful. Okay. Right. I need to take a quick look at some of this video because there are bits that I need to pick at. We're not going to dwell on stuff. Okay. So obviously, like, you got the Saber Spark allegations in here. We're not going to talk too much about this bit on stream tonight because otherwise I'm just cucking my own content. But I don't want to talk about this. So let's get into it.
This video is not suitable for all ages and should only be viewed by viewers 18 or older due to the nature of the content discussed and the discussion of sexual predators on the internet. Trigger warnings for the following: pedophilia, lolicon and child pornography, suicide, grooming, anti-Semitism and Nazi imagery, sexual harassment and sexual objectification, bestiality and zoophilia, and rape. Please do not harass anyone named in this video.
Hello?
Okay, so, cards on the table. I've obviously already had conversations with KP about this shit. So, like... I kind of know the background. I am interested in, like, a couple of calls that happened within this, and that's primarily what we're going to be looking at. Okay?
Hello, viewers. Welcome to another segment of Maybe the Internet Was a Big Fucking Mistake.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
On a more serious note, this video covers sexual gratification.
There are so many memes, bro. There are so many fucking memes. Like, I know that KP got criticism for this video being tone deaf, but, like, obviously I don't really fucking care. I do think it's incredibly cringe. Like, if you were to, like, be like, oh, can you describe, like, what a millennial is to me? I'd be like, I'd just show someone this fucking video. Are you gonna speed it up? No, we are skipping through bits of it, though, don't worry.
As well as general sexual harassment. And it's a very...
Do you know, apparently, I don't have, like, a fucking... I can't substantiate this, but this is what I heard on the grapevine. I sent you the timestamps for the flashbangs. Oh, fuck, I'd forgotten about those. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're a fucking gentleman and scholar. Because they're, like, poorly censored. There's poorly censored fucking lolicon in this video. I'd forgotten about that. That's like... Yes, I'd forgotten. Fuck. Okay, so... What the fuck was I saying? What the fuck was I saying? Like, apparently their editor came out against them. Their editor was like, I don't like this video. I'm like, bro, you fucking edited it. What are you talking about?
Very depressing story. If you're a kid who somehow got past the age restriction, please go away now. Just go. Now, I don't like covering these stories. We're an animation channel. We cover very important stuff like Disney and not Disney things sometimes. But I like to think of myself like the Jon Stewart of the YouTube animation community. I call things out when I feel like I can add something to the conversation. And it's important to talk about when YouTubers are misusing their platform. So what's the no fun situation? Because I hate it here.
I don't want to be alive anymore.
I have chosen not to keep this person anonymous because I believe this is not a mistake or a slip of the tongue. This is an active attempt of slander.
I should be clear. By the way, because I want to be fair. KP is, like, not, like, defensive of this. Like, KP apparently, at least when she talked to me, was incredibly apologetic for this entire fucking situation. For those of you that matters to, she is, like, I will literally quote her exact words to you, which was, "This is the worst thing I have ever done." Okay? So, like, I think at this point it's like, I don't know, maybe don't make content like this. Let's bring a D-list horse celebrity 10 years ago. She let being a D-list horse celebrity 10 years ago go to her head. Sai, thank you for the 5. Listen, I mean, I'll be honest, I find any of the fucking cartoon analysis community doing fucking call out and hit pieces on people are fucking mental. And that is all of you. Like, again, I understand why, because I have watched this evolve as a, like, bracket since 2018, since the Toon Critic stuff, but you need to stop doing it, because every time you do, like, it is a fucking shit show. It is an endless, annoying, incredibly soy shit show. And somehow, after years of doing this, Lily Orchard is still around, because it has no impact from any of you. I don't understand how you're doing this. I don't fucking get it. Sai is not free of set. I am not taking shots at anyone tonight, and also when it comes to the Sai and fucking Courtney KP drama, I fucking refuse to care, okay? I just cannot bring myself to fucking care. I literally I cannot do it, okay? She keeps going, I know I'm the worst person ever, but let's talking about the victim. It's very manipulated, sort of accusing the audience of focusing on the wrong thing. Like, yeah, I mean, the problem is this. It's like, your audience is just like, you're talking about fucking cartoons, guys. Like, it's like the insanity of going, anybody who's under 18, please go. Who do you think the demographic for this is? Because if your target demographic for cartoon analysis community is the over 18 demographic, I think maybe you may have lost the plot. Maybe we've all lost the plot. Maybe the internet is a fucking mistake. Teddy with the 5. God damn it. Where's Manny? Where's Sid? Where's Crash and Eddie? There's Scrat. Where's Buck? Where's Ellie? Jesus Christ. Why was that so hard to say? What are you doing to me? Remember when Just Stop returned to the community for one video after being a cartoon reviewer for years and it was his worst video? Do you think that's the something in the water they drank? The part of the problem is that the cartoon reviewer community basically built off the back that, dude, it's like a captive audience of people who want to hear you talk about those things. They only want to hear about that. You gotta remember, the way like Lily Orchard cleaned her like reputation was like twofold. Firstly, she started going after like people like Toon Critic and other people in the community and like accusing people of sweeping for like predators like Grizzly the Medic. And then at the same time got really popular off the like Steven Universe video and shit. And ultimately, like, people will still watch people like Orchard if they've got the cartoon takes they fucking agree with. I think her Owl House videos did really fucking well. But then, like, very few people at the time were, like, talking much about Owl House. Like, you just find that little demographic that cares about a particular cartoon you're talking about. And that is the origin point of cartoon analysis, by the way. It's a brony community. Loads of people obsessed with My Little Pony, happy to listen to somebody talk about the episodes, or different people talk about the episodes, for hours on end, which is, frankly, you know, fucking crazy. Teddy with 5, I'm sorry, Becky, but I do not care about this Saber and his bitch-ass fingers. Thanks, buddy. Oh, fuck.
And misogyny, and that's just not acceptable. Also, this incident wasn't freely admitted to me. I had to have someone else tell me that this was going on.
Didn't their sister say they were molested by Lily? Yes. And Courtney, that would be Courtney Pete. And Courtney Pete is part of this video and part of this fucking drama. So I fucking... Dude, fucking... Never ends. I mean, I feel like I have been talking and arguing about Lily Orchard since I started fucking streaming years ago. It's just painful.
In a professional setting.
Oh no, not misogyny. I swear to God, like, every woman in my audience is like super fucking misogynistic. I'm proud of all of you. You do good work. I want to be a fish. Who doesn't, Teddy?
Even tell me himself.
Chris was a team member roughly from 2014 to 2015. I know, I'm old. Chris was generally a nice guy in my time knowing him, but he exhibited weird behavior, like You just draw this for your boss, right? If memory serves, there's also a nude version.
That's disgusting.
He was also my first trip to Everfree Northwest, the one we did the blog about. He's this guy here. The story is as follows. I'm not going to read it myself because it's going to make me sick, so I'm just going to have someone else read it.
At some point, over the last few years...
I hate when people do this. Like, KP does this all the way through the video, by the way. She's just like, oh, this disgusts me. I'm so disgusted by this. I'm like... I fucking... Can we just be not soy about things? Like, I get it. Things upset you. Things annoy you. Like, I'm certainly annoyed over the fucking Woo stuff that happened. Like... I get it. That was pretty soy, but it's like that's off the cuff. Well, I'm hammered. You know what I mean?
Chris told his story, allegedly several times, that in the bathroom of the hotel where the group was staying, he was masturbating to KP's clothing.
Okay, let me give you the TLDR of this, just because, like, fuck me. Chris worked for KP. He told a story at some point of him, like, masturbating to, like, KP's clothes. This was apparently a joke. Which is a weird thing to joke about. Sure. We're gonna jump ahead to, like, the fucking interview section. Because KP heard about this years later, or a while later. I'm not sure when he got whistleblown. And then she, like, confronted Chris on it, like, 2023. Now, I also had the full cool version of this, so we are going to go over it. So, there you go. That's about as much setup as I'm fucking doing.
All right. Well, first, I think it's the obvious thing is one, just want to profusely apologize for that terrible fucking thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
And that, God, was an absolute horrible person so many years ago, and you didn't deserve that. So
right. So I have a couple of things. So my source says you told this story in front of Will and Sean and a couple other people. Is that correct?
That would probably be correct, yeah.
So Will has heard this story probably in passing a couple of times, correct?
Yeah, probably once.
Okay. Same with Sean?
Yeah, Sean.
Okay. Did you talk to Sean privately about anything else that happened when you were working on the team that I don't know about?
Not that I can remember.
Okay.
Nothing I say is meant to excuse what I did, because it's inexcusable what I did.
Do you want me to say what the story was just for context, or do you want to explain it?
I mean, I guess it makes more sense if I do, because I don't think it.
I mean, here's what I'm coming up against. He's like just really apologetic for this, right? Like, I don't understand. I'm trying to grasp. I hadn't heard this at the time because like when I had a chance to talk to KP, it was very sudden, and I was like focused on the Saber Spark stuff, so I hadn't really looked into this Chris element of it. I only heard like pieces, and I'm like, okay, so he told a fucked up story, sure, apologized to you about it in 2023. Like, why are we doing this? Like, what the fuck is going on? This guy didn't know she was recording this and would put it in a video 2 years later. Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't. I have a very strong stated position on this. I don't give a fuck if people record calls. I don't care. I just don't care. I just say whatever you're gonna say privately. If you're a like public figure, quote unquote, as gay as that is, you should probably be prepared to hear it said publicly. Say just remain consistent. It's she's doing this because DA Games won't fire him. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where it's like, well, no action was taken or something. And I'm like, well, cool. He apologized. It's years later. I'm struggling to see where this fucking matters. This is kind of where I'm at. We're gonna listen to the full call though. I just want to hear where this section cuts off.
It's fair for you to have to reiterate that horrible thing.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. So the old tale goes is that I pleasured myself in the hotel bathroom we were sharing during one of our breaks when everyone was gone and whatever, and that I fell off the John after basically getting lightheaded from what would be ejaculation falling on the floor, where your dirty clothes also happened to be, and that my face planted on your underwear.
Right. And
so here's my question. Did this happen, or is this a random story you told? Is it a joke? Is it an omission that you did this thing? I'm really trying to pick through what the fuck this is.
My PD version, I have a 6-year-old in the other room, so.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that, but thanks for being honest.
Chris, in his audio testimony, assured his other boss, YouTuber Saber Spark, wasn't told this story. But it's unclear how truthful Chris is being when he says that. Chris also tries to steer the conversation to not include too much explicitly, stating that, quote,
they agree in the full call that it's a made-up story. Okay, we're gonna move to the full call. We're gonna move to the full call, guys. We'll just go through this. Yes, I am basically turning this stream into me doing fucking live research for what I'm working on. Why do you ask?
Okay, can everyone hear me?
Can, yes.
Okay. Oh, do you? Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Real's got some background noise issues, but he'll just kind of be muted. Yeah. Yeah, Chris, you want to say anything?
I guess I'd go first, yeah.
Fuck me. Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Well, first, I think it's the obvious thing is one, just want to profusely apologize for that terrible fucking thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
And that, God, was an absolute horrible person so many years ago. And you didn't deserve that. So.
Right. So I have a couple of things. So.
Beckett, you give me Katniss from Hunger Games aura. I've never seen Hunger Games. Thank you, Teddy, for the 5. You want dinos? Do I charge you for dinos? Is that what we're doing? No, okay. Go on. I'll put dinos up.
My source says you told this story in front of Will and Sean and a couple other people. Is that correct?
That would probably be correct, yeah.
So Will has heard this story probably in passing a couple of times, correct?
Yeah, probably once.
Okay. Same with Sean?
Yeah, Sean.
Okay. Did you talk to Sean privately about anything else that happened when you were working on the team?
Okay, so also, I should point out... Oh, actually, mentioning Game Dude, fuck. I watched the video on Emu Emmy, and for those of you who've seen it, you'll notice that Game Dude is in that video. But before it even came up, there's a scene before it where it's like a street and there's a police car, right? And I was like, fuck, this is the Game Dude footage where he's screaming at a police car. I have become so obsessed with Game Dude that I'm familiar at a glance with the random footage associated with him. I actually may need to die. It may be too late for me.
That I don't know about?
Not that I can remember.
Okay. Okay, so can you kind of just repeat generally what your experience with Everfree was, just so we're on the same page?
Oh, like what the event was like?
Yeah, like why we were there, me inviting you as a friend, kind of just the circumstances of Everfree from your perspective.
Everfree was stressful, but otherwise fine. I do recall having bouts of constipation at one point, but yeah, it's I'm trying to remember so many years ago, but
it's fine. Well, let me just refresh your memory. So I invited
Teddy with 20. Can you get rid of the dinos and replace it with some guy with just a guy sitting? I don't know what video that would be. Maybe.
you and Jordan, and it was me, and it was Nick Ha, right? That was the four of us, and we were staying on site far away from the convention. You know, basically we and I set that up so you guys didn't have to, you guys weren't on the hook for the hotel or at all. So that was a nice thing I did. And so from why
Oz with the 11 months, Mum, give me back my foreskin. True, Kite Rides with the 5. Replace the diners with Game Dude with a coconut. We're gonna go for the video of the guy reviewing whiskey as his wife packs up and leaves. Absolute banger classic.
What I remember your behavior that even before any of this, it was, it made me uncomfortable how, every time we were around basically anyone at the convention, you know this, but I'm just stating it again. Like, I don't know if you remember this specifically, but it was very much like anytime we were around anyone, you would be like, you know who this is? This is I Love Kim Possible.
With the 10, I want this to be the background. DM it to me, Teddy.
And what I remember is their faces would light up. And you did this a couple of times.
Just send it to me on Discord.
Until I was like, hey, Chris, like, this is making me uncomfortable. So it kind of ties to this whole thing. Did you brag to people about, to your friends about, recording the video and being a part of it and all that stuff? Do you remember?
I can't say I ever bragged about that. That was... God, I don't even remember doing that, but
well, I remember you were invited because I needed help with the camera setup because I'm not used.
God, what is this fucking conversation? Like,
no, I remember that. I don't personally remember going up to a lot of people introducing you, but yeah, if you say that's what happened, then that probably happened.
Yeah, that is. I definitely remember that happening, and I'm sure Nick and Nick can attest to that as well. So I apologize if I was personally frustrated with you, but that was one of the reasons why I kind of felt like you were kind of treating me like a piece of meat for validation, and kind of this story matches up with that timeline wise. So I apologize if you didn't feel valued, but like I'm sure you can understand my perspective of why it was kind of making me uncomfortable, correct?
No, absolutely. And, I don't really think...
She's mad she had him filming for her, and he kept telling people who she is. I don't know, fucking dude. Screw Saber Spark stuff. Jupiter the Hybrid is back. Can we see archives of his recent live stream instead? Unfortunately, I am doing this work on a video, but if you at me that on Twitter, I will go over it next week. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. I can't remember the Jupiter stuff, but possibly. Jack Walker with the 5. This background is my mental state listening to this. Thank you so much. Also, please have a sticker. There you go. Very proud of you all. Well done. Yeah, banging job. Banging job. Super fucking proud of you. Sticker. Thank you, Rain. Thank you. Fucking stickers are great, guys. Maybe we'll do one more goal. I'll do one more goal. Okay, we'll do one more.
I think you need to apologize for that. That should... being refreshed of that and knowing your perspective, I should be the one apologizing to you for
stickers.
That.
Thank you, Carl, for 6 months.
Whatever my intent was, that doesn't really matter, because what matters is how you feel now and how you felt then. So,
right.
I will apologize for that.
Okay.
Here's what I'm coming up against. Like, even in the section we heard, and it's like, is this cut weirdly? Am I going fucking crazy? I feel like this is cut really weirdly. Chris is like apologizing. Like, they apologize. I don't understand. I don't understand what we're doing here.
Okay, and just for the record, the story you told didn't happen, right?
No.
Okay.
No. It's 100% false. And if I may, nothing I say is meant to excuse what I did, because it's inexcusable what I did.
Do you want me to say what?
Okay, yeah. So like we're like 5 minutes into this video, so this has been cut. Like the entire okay, here's a rule, and you'll see this in my video when it comes out. If you are using footage of interview sections, do not cut sections of the interview unless you are noting it. Like, for instance, when I'm talking to KP, there is a section which is just fucking silence because we are looking for screenshots or something. And I note in the video, this section is cut for, like, or sped up or whatever. It's just like, just on screen, just a little bit. It's like, you have to do that. This is such, like, there's so much basic shit here that's just, like, real frustrating. Rain, with a member for a month. This call is frying my brain. Also, 07. 07, much appreciated. Thank you for your service. Remember, guys, all memberships bring me joy, because when your names are green, it makes me look more important as a creator, and this is all about feeding my ego. I'm kidding. I don't give a fuck what you do. Dislike the stream and unsubscribe.
What the story was, just for context, or do you want to explain it?
I get bitched out when I'm chill enough.
I mean, I guess it makes more sense if I do, because I don't think it's fair for you to have to reiterate that horrible thing.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so the old tale goes is that I pleasured myself in the hotel bathroom we were sharing during one of our breaks when everyone was gone and whatever, and that I fell off.
Do you guys know how many orgies there were at BronyCons? Are you aware of this? I feel like it's worth highlighting, like, again, with this entire fucking conversation, people went to BronyCon to fuck. Like, you can say about the ArtCC that in the ArtCC nobody fucks, because nobody fucks in the ArtCC. But in the brony community, they'd regularly meet. There are fucking recorded stories about orgies from BronyCon, okay? And like this, it's a very similar thing to a lot of furry communities. People meet up and they fuck. I'm sorry, like. That seems to be this weird, like, retrospective thing where it's like, did you know that this guy did this sexual thing at BronyCon? Yes, I imagine they did, because everyone was. What do you mean? That's most cons. That's true, actually. Teddy with the 10. Becky, I'm in a weird mood today. I think it's because I was out celebrating. Now we're going to start selling Bibles on McDonald's now that we have an Americano Pope. True. Congratulations to the new Pope, by the way. That's super bass. I was very happy to hear that as a Catholic. It's always, yes, it's always nice. It's always nice. Chicago Pope. Bit of modern blood. This one wasn't a previously part of the Hitler Youth. That's always nice.
The John, after basically getting lightheaded from what would be ejaculation falling on the floor, where your dirty clothes also happen to be, and that my face planted on your underwear.
Have you been to a brony? Right. I have never been to a brony convention, and I don't go to conventions generally. Like, somebody was asking me recently whether I was going to VidCon. No. Of course I'm fucking not. What are you talking about? Why the fuck would I go to VidCon? I'm in my 30s. What the fuck? No.
And,
part of my PG version, I have a 6-year-old in the other room, so.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that, but thanks for being honest. And, you know, just to reiterate, like, we were doing a lot at that con, so, like, it's reasonable for my clothes to be in the bathroom, kind of rolled up away, you know, because I had a lot of dresses and it was a lot of makeup and changing because I was doing a lot of
yes,
and all that stuff, right?
Yes, that bathroom was mostly covered in your stuff. My recollection, at least.
That probably tracks with just my general habits, especially during conventions. So yeah, this was Everfree 2015, correct? From what I remember.
That tracks. That sounds about right.
Okay, so Everfree Northwest 2015, which was a PonyCon. Okay. Yeah. Have you ever told this story in company of Saber Spark, or has it just been Will and?
Oh no.
Okay.
I can assure you that the first time I ever told it, and this is my brutal honesty, is because I was very angry at you at the time, and was also going through a really bad situation of being on the verge of being homeless and not knowing how to deal with my aggression of the feelings I was having toward you and the feelings I was having toward my family. And I made this stupid shit up to...
Okay, you made up a stupid story because you are... Fuck. What are we doing? What am I doing with my life? What the fuck is this? It's Harold with a 2. The clothes being on the floor drives me nuts. Bro, how old are these people? I mean, 30s, right? Like, I don't know how old Chris is. I'm guessing, like, 20s? But KP's in her 30s.
Validate myself for some stupid fucking reason.
Yeah,
And really only told it to other former KP people who were also frustrated with you at the time. Excuse me. That was fucking stupid.
I still can't believe you aren't seeing the vision of some guy just sitting and smiling while this cool plays. Okay, I will put it on. I'll put it on.
Never have
I'll put
done
it on.
that.
You've beaten me,
And
Teddy.
I don't know why. For some reason at the time, I thought it was funny. It's not funny.
Okay.
And the fact that we have to revisit this so many years later is just horrendous.
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty now.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the thing that I think of is as analogy is kind of the Trump locker room talk, and excuse my French, but I feel like that's kind of what it feels like. You kind of boasted yourself up around another guy, and you kind of.
That's 100% accurate. That's a very good analogy, actually.
Yeah. So you kind of did I mean, I'll just be blunt, kind of some misogynistic talk to kind of boast
100%.
Am I meant to care about this? Am I the wrong fucking demographic? Are we still caring about misogyny in 2025? Haven't we proven at this point that women don't deserve the vote? I feel like the data's fairly in. Oh, fuck me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just making sure we're on the same page as far as that. So, as far as your relationship with Saber, is it just so I know, is it something? Are you guys friendly, or is he just giving you kind of?
Okay, I can't stare at the staring guy. Apparently he pisses himself. What the fuck are you sending me, Teddy? Okay, we're going back to dinos. I tried. I put in the effort. I need dinosaurs. The science is settled. So true, Akani. Akani's going to get cancelled off the back of just being friends with me.
kind of contract work, and that's it.
I mean, I guess you could say it's both, but I don't have long conversations with him because he's so busy.
Kentai with the 5 based joke. Yes, listen. Side's give me back my $5. Look, the last time I tried defending women, all the women in my chat turned on me, Sai. Okay, I'm not kidding. The last time I legitimately tried defending women, everyone was like, "No, Beckett, women are whores. What are you talking about?" I don't know. I'm completely audience captured by the women, but I feel like that's my pass. I blame them, really.
The most I ever see him is at conventions, if he happens to be at the same one.
Okay, so you're not in an environment where this would have come up anyway.
Never.
So he would probably be unaware.
Never. He's 100% unaware. Again, I can't stress enough is that in the times I ever told the story, it was, as you described it, locker room talk with a very small amount of people in a private call. I never told it publicly, and I never, ever told it to anyone like Saber Spark.
Okay.
That I can 100% guarantee.
Just so
I don't understand why this is relevant. I don't.
we're on the same page. Is Saber even aware that you worked for me in the past?
I've never brought it up, and I don't think he has either.
I'm just making
so
sure.
I genuinely do not know.
Okay, but I know Will knows you worked with me in the past because I'm sure obviously.
Well, yes, but only because, and again, to be brutally honest again, is that around the time that I left Team KP was also the time that DA Games took off.
Did he make this story up or did he do it? He made this story up. He made this story up to kind of I don't know, talk to the guys. I'll admit, that's pretty fucking weird. That is pretty fucking weird. I can't think of it's kind of like the Fago stuff. It's who the fuck makes a story like this up about themselves? Who's I know what will impress the guys. Here's an embarrassing story about me passing out while ejaculating. What, bro, what? Fuck are you talking about? Then again, bronies, so maybe. Teddy with the 10, fine, but at least read the DM I sent you defending my vision. You owe me that and that for going through with the vision, for not going through the vision, Becky. Again, blame Pope Leo. He made me realize even I can be Pope. True, what's the message? You don't see the vision. Imagine hearing this convo while this cracker-ass bitch is just sitting there smiling. True. True, Teddy.
Off, and I really needed a job because of the situation at the time. So he would have really only known because we...
I don't know, sounds like he probably did it because it's so specific. It is crazy fucking specific. I will agree with you there. But like, I don't know. I don't know. It's very weird. It's very... I don't know. I don't know. What if it's like a grain of truth thing? Like he sat there in the bathroom, like taking care of himself while just staring at KP's underwear. It's cartoonishly implausible. I don't disagree with you. Dude, this fucking community, bro.
We're becoming work partners, and because a lot of people...
Here's my general take. Again, isn't this like a decade ago? I don't know how much I care. I don't know how much I care. I don't know how much I care about somebody doing something, even if they did it like this, like a decade ago, and apologizing for it. Are we really trying to make arguments that things that happened a decade ago and you're apologizing for should end your career in any future working relationships you have? I mean, that is fucking mental, right? Like, isn't there a point where people are meant to grow and change it? There are a few things where you can't do that. If you're like a child molester, like, you don't get to, there's no, like, it's wood chipper, right? But dude's apologizing, says it didn't happen anyway, it was just a random story. Okay, cool. What? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? What?
He hired also worked for you prior and did have pent-up frustrations of their time as Team KP members.
Okay, and those are like, you're speaking directly about Sean and Christian, correct?
Those would be two examples, yes. I mean, I hate to mention, but Bogsy was also a member, but I don't communicate with Bogsy at all anymore.
Is Bogsy still there?
Fuck no.
Okay.
No, we fired him years ago.
Have a good night, Teddy.
Okay. Do you know what he's doing out of curiosity?
Well, my understanding is he does composition work.
Dude, this is why you can't put me in calls like this, because if somebody asked me that, like in the context of this, I don't know, I'd be like, probably masturbating to some other girls' like underwear. That's like mostly what we talked about.
For Spindle Horse? That's all I know. I don't...
Was she just mad that whoever poached her editors? I don't know. I really can't work out the motivations behind this, especially when you're talking about a call that happened in 2023. You got an apology out of it. Like, I don't know. She hates Vizzy Pop and Has Been Hotel because this Boogsy guy works with Spindle Horse and she has a grudge against him. I mean, to be fair, I hate fucking, like, I can understand disliking fucking Vizzy Pop. I get it. But is that the origin point? Like, this person's got like working relationships with them, so it's just like, fuck their working relationships? That's pretty gay.
I don't keep tabs on him because, quite frankly, I'd rather not.
Yeah, I agree. But I did, just for the record, I did warn Vizzy Pop about how toxic he was a couple of years ago. So I wonder if she acted on that. Anyway, that's besides the point. And so just to kind of reiterate, your anger towards me, I'll just be blunt. Did you have a crush on me and I didn't reciprocate the feeling?
No.
Did it, or like, can you articulate?
No, well, my frustration really was that, like a lot of people there,
Is the Bugsy guy the one who blew the whistle on her for not paying anyone? Yeah, so for those who don't know, KP's one major drama before this, like major drama, was the editor drama, where basically she wasn't paying her staff, which, again, she was upfront about the fact she wasn't going to be paying them. She had fairly rigorous working conditions. I mean, people who work with this channel, I like to think, are paid fairly well. and I try to make sure people are paid fairly well. But if people do like free work, or if I'm like, I'm not paying for something, or I'm just asking somebody for a favor, do I care that much? I suppose I wouldn't put like stringent working conditions on it. It's like Axe at the moment. Axe has done a load of artwork for us recently, because they're very talented and they're dude. If you guys need decent, quick artwork, talk to Axe, because like they're like super good. Beetle hasn't been fed in ages. I need to commission Beetle for some stuff actually as well. Is there another resident artist? But like, when I come to Axe is like, I've come to Axe with a few things like, can you do this if you've got time? It's like not commission. But for instance, like for the video I'm doing, like that's a commissioned piece. I'm like asking Axe to do something. Axe will be paid for that because I'm directing them. Like that should be reasonable. I don't know. The KP's editors signed the contract, so I don't know how enforceable an NDA is though if you're not paying somebody. I'm actually not sure NDAs are even enforceable, and KP did have like an NDA clause. I mean, obviously none of this had gone through a lawyer, or I doubt it had gone through a fucking lawyer. My daily wage of pinto beans is in the negatives. Riot. We'll sort you out. We'll be fine.
Felt undervalued and overworked for no pay.
Actually, let's be fair. None of you are allowed to unionize against me. You'll get no stickers if you unionize. That's the rule.
And that's really what it was, is that and I lashed out in an extremely toxic way.
Right. And then just for the record, you've never tried to talk to me about any of that directly, because I don't remember that you did.
Say that again?
Have you ever tried to talk to me directly about how you were feeling at the time?
I can't recall.
Well, okay, so the NDA doesn't mean anything, but also you're working with young people, and also, let's be clear, internet people don't really understand laws and shit. They don't really get it. They can't afford lawyers. I don't like people including NDAs in their contracts with fucking YouTube editors and shit. I just don't like it. I think it's bullshit. Again, maybe I'm a little undercautious. That's probably true. I don't tend to have many written contracts. Then again, like I tend to be pretty upfront that I'm just, pay people what I say I'm going to do, and people do work for me. Maybe like, dude, maybe I'm just more relaxed because I don't really give a fuck. Who knows? Oh shit, thanks for the heads up. Is that really? Okay, cool. It's for something else. If any of you workers were minors, that NDA should... or if any of the workers were minors, the NDA should... I mean, some of these people are like 16, right? And you're like asking them to sign contracts and stuff. I'm not sure what the legality is there. Beckett is the type of boss that tells his staff they need to weather this month out since Timer Rough while flying his new spaceship on Star Citizen. Dude, fuck. No, like, I'm the type of boss who just, like, refuses to take any money out of the channel and just pays other people. Max was paid late once, and, like, because I couldn't, we had, like, an issue with payment processing, and he just immediately got, like, an apology from me. That's what you should do. You should make sure you're keeping people in the loop. And no one should have to come to you begging for money. Nobody should have to come to you and ask where their paycheck is. Right? That's pretty fucking basic. That really annoys me. Really annoys me. I understand why like kind of payment dramas matter so much. And again, with the Woo shit, we had to Jenny had to go through a conversation of why the fuck she wasn't paid.
I think I brought up pay at one point, but I would assume it wasn't on the...
I'm just trying to sure that, like, because that wasn't my intention. That's never been my intention, doing YouTube for 10 years. And like unfortunately, the trauma and that experience helped me to kind of make sure I call it my trauma brain, but make sure my trauma brain, everyone's treated well. And like, so I'm just confirming that, which matches up with my memory of like you never talked to me about it directly. Sean and Christian did, and they realized they as well never brought these issues to me directly. So I assume that you didn't, and you probably, based on the timeline, you probably didn't bring them up either because you probably thought it was handled. Correct? Does that sound about right?
That sounds accurate.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So I think my last question, unless you want to jump in and add anything else near the end, is
I don't get this as well. It's like, well, I wanted to make sure everyone was treated well and everything, and it's like, well, clearly people weren't happy because you had so many fucking dramas about it. I don't know what to tell you. Fuck. Also, everyone needs to stop talking about their trauma. Everyone needs to stop talking about their trauma. Not just KP, everyone. I'm sick of hearing about everyone's fucking trauma all the time. Oh, no, guys. We need to listen to the victims and the trauma and stuff and everything. God, trauma is not a fucking get-out-of-jail-free card for doing whatever the fuck you want. That's not how this works. Shut up. Shut up. Go away.
So we're having this conversation in 2023.
But Beckett, they hurt me. Falgi, don't make me say things that will breach TOS, buddy. I'll DM you. Don't make me get the fucking whipping stick out.
Those events about mostly almost 10 years ago at this point, like 7 or 8. So, like, were you hoping this story wouldn't get back to me, or did you even think about, like, the implications of any of that?
Well, I mean, of course, at the time I didn't, wouldn't have wanted to reach you because my understanding was that at least with the people I was talking to, no one was talking to you. And, and that was that. I only recall ever telling the story maybe 3 times. And those other times was usually because someone else egged me on to tell it.
Right. So
it wasn't a habitual thing. I wasn't like.
But Beckett, the bronies traumatized me, and now I can't look at a pony without having a panic attack and threatening suicide. Well, it's nice to know you're not a Vosh fan.
Going on the podcasts and telling the story or whatever like that,
Yeah.
I had at least enough self-control to not.
Rotting with the 5. Take my apologies as I learnt to restart my fish tanks. Have fun. I need to talk to Rotting about some commission work as well. I need to start some stuff up. Hope you get there, Ryan.
He would bitch about me because I wouldn't give him his panel or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I appreciate that at least. So just so you
No.
Okay, I don't get this. It's like he apologizes for everything. He concedes on everything. He's like not making a big thing out of this. And you seem fine about it in the call. Like, why is there a video 2 years later? What is going on?
Okay, I think I had one more question.
And to be clear, I now know, I know the timeline of why this video, of how this video kind of expanded. Because I've got that. I've been told that. I've got the DMs from behind the scenes. I can see these things. I don't understand, the origin point of this. I don't understand why you even fucking started it. It seems fucking mental. This was all so avoidable. What are you doing?
But, so you just kind of assume that, I'd never hear about it, right?
Well, I think anyone would, but yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, did it ever cross your mind to kind of bring up the story, and confess to me privately, that the situation happened, that I wouldn't have to hear it from a third party?
Well, to be honest, I hadn't even thought about the story until you messaged me the other day. That was the first time I'd even thought about it because I haven't told it in gotta be 5 years at this point.
Okay.
And genuinely, the only reason I didn't is because I didn't
you were already
think
joking.
about
Weren't
it
facetious
reaching
enough.
you, 1, and 2, we
Apology
weren't really
accepted.
on speaking terms.
Apology accepted, Rotting, but I will make a video on you in 2 years referencing this specific moment where you betrayed me.
So, and even if I did, I don't know how I would even approach the whole thing. It just never crossed my mind because around that same time I would have stopped telling it is when I, made an active effort to fix myself. So I wasn't really thinking of toxic shit like that at
Right.
all.
Okay. I appreciate your
So
honesty.
that's an error on my part. I definitely should have brought that up sooner. But it just, after everything, I just completely fucking forgot I ever told that shit.
You know, this video, this is like the exact opposite of the Caden call. This is like the polar opposite of the Caden call for Chile. It's like, you're informed of the issue, you take accountability and responsibility, maybe more than you should actually for what this fucking joke is, quite frankly, and you apologize for it. This is ironically, like, how can I be mad at Chris here? Because all my criticisms of Caden are that you should do exactly what Chris does in this fucking call. Like, what?
Right. Okay. I think those are all my questions for now. So have you told any, well, never mind. I guess that answers my question. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Well, I mean, again, besides, profusely apologizing for it and
Do you have anything else you want to say? I'm really sorry. Dude, fucking what? Dude. Okay.
Just assuring you that I'm not that person anymore and haven't been for quite a few years. So.
Okay. Well, I remember my question. So were you aware that I got diagnosed with PTSD from everything?
I'm sorry, what? What? Wait, what?
Well, I mean, again, besides, profusely apologizing for it and rest assuring you that I'm not that person anymore and haven't been for quite a few years. So.
Okay. Well, I remember my question. So were you aware that I got diagnosed with PTSD from everything?
I'm sorry, what the fuck am I meant to do with that? Dude. I'm gonna crash out. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, again, I don't think KP made this video for clout or anything. I think KP made this a video because she genuinely felt that there were, like, things that she should call out. I think that that's fucking delusional, for a start. I think she is blinded by bias, but I don't think she's, like, going, oh, well, this will get me a load of clout, because I've looked through some of the other things. I just think she's like fucking hero like complexing it. Dude. I fucking hate this as well. Like, it's very difficult to listen to, like, do you know I got trauma from this? Bro, I mentioned on stream a few times I was diagnosed with PTSD. I had very severe PTSD. It nearly destroyed my entire life. But the stuff that I went through to cause PTSD was, like, really fucked up. It wasn't like, oh my god, the brony community. Right. Rain with the 5, Beckett, if you don't crash out, I will. What the fuck did I just hear? I just... Oh, Gangster with the 5. Every time someone trauma dumps, it's always so damn sudden. It just makes me giggle. I feel like an ass if it's confirmed true, though. Yeah, I mean, like, again, I should be clear, I've never said on stream what caused my PTSD, because it's no one's business. It's not relevant. I just talk about it because, once again, for any of you who are suffering with mental health issues, go get some therapy. Not like the shitty talking therapy. Go and get some, like, invasive therapy that will actually treat what's going on with you. I'm a very, very big proponent of this, okay? Pinker with a 5. Crash out, crash out, crash out. We talking about therapy, and chat's just like, Beckett, I need to hear you crash out. Beckett loses shit. I'm just, bro. Like, this call is fucking agonizing, I tell you. Painful. It's painful.
I did not know that.
Are you aware that I have a service dog now that I need?
What?
I did not know that either.
Okay, 7 years later. So he's right here. His name's Toby. He's a good bean. He's asleep right now. But, like, I guess what my personal frustration is
What? 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 Bro, what? What do you mean? What do you mean you need a fucking service dog for PTSD from the brony community? I can't. It's fucking absurd. And aside anything else, if drama like caused you to have PTSD, why the fuck are you making call-out content years later? What do you mean? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Actually, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, it's like, I can, like, you know when you've got, like, a headache that's going, like, it's like a fucking, like, pulsing in my head. I'm just like, oh, bro, what are you talking about? Come on.
That, you know, I was suffering so hard, and you were kind of, like, unbeknownst to me, like, kind of rubbing the dirt in my eyes behind my back, which kind of my trauma stuff anyway. So I guess that's kind of the part.
She should hold the dog's paws in her apology video, I think, for the 5 Psy. Like, I mean, like, I don't know. It's all very retarded.
That also kind of disgusts me. And I'm sure you were kind of using my name as credibility on a professional level in some way. And you were, you know, like you were using that to to be honest, to get gigs on some level. I'm sure it's on your resume.
What do you mean? Of course he was. What were you meant to do? Like, what was it? What do you mean? How do you think the fucking industry works? He wasn't getting paid. You weren't paying him. What? Your fucking staff weren't even allowed to work for exposure? What the fuck is this? You should work for the privilege and joy of working for Kim Possible? Like, what do you mean? So dumb.
So I guess I'm just kind of a little personally frustrated.
KP, no one knows who you are. Okay, to clarify for people, KP was a name that mattered. KP was one of the largest cartoon analysis people in 2013 and 2014. KP's channel actually, like, again, back when we're talking about early 2010s, has a huge amount, like, had a fucking huge subscriber account. Huge subscriber count. She had a very, very good reputation within the community. It is actually not, like, again, that may have fallen off, but if you go, like, channels fall off all the fucking time. But KP wasn't a nobody. I never fucking heard of her till the Lily shit. Okay, well, I've been around a lot longer than you, Sai. And I knew who KP was back in the day because I followed the fucking horse news drama that was going on around her. KP was not a tiny irrelevant creator. If you go to her channel, some of her, like, her largest video is a 1 million view channel. It's a 1 million view video. And she has multiple videos in the hundreds of thousands of views. And look, you have to look at that in the context of when they were made 12 years ago. Like, they weren't, she wasn't like just a small nobody creator. Wasn't into MLP though. I mean, the brony community was like, the brony community was massive at its sort of like zenith. It's why I know about it. It's because the dramas were so fucking good, guys. It was like, it was insane watching the brony dramas. They were all so unhinged. It's only when you hit like 2018 that everything becomes pedophile drama, and then it gets even funnier. As people try and sweep for. Have you guys ever seen the fucking do people know about this? Like the response to like Toon Critic being outed as a predator? Like everyone was like, we need to forgive him. Not for him, but for ourselves. Protect the fandom. It's horse fame, so it's invalid. It is invalid now, but that doesn't change the fact that for a lot of these people, their origin points were these channels and were these communities. Saber Spark's origin is the brony community. That's how he got big. He was horse famous. DA Games may have done like a huge amount of other things, but they were horse famous. I was there for this as a child. Even I was like, why are we forgiving this evil person? Yes. Yeah, it was fucking mental. And these people commanded huge audiences, actually. Like, enough that they were able to fill convention halls. These were the people who were organizing BronyCons. Like, I know that that's crazy now. We're 10 years later, and it's like, most of these people are fucking irrelevant nobodies, thank fucking God. But, like, let's not pretend otherwise. And ironically, people who work for Team KP work for people like Viv and others, 2 million sub-channels. Her team has ties to pretty much any indie animation project now. Yeah. People started their careers off the back of creators like KP. That's the reality. And now KP is a, you know, yeah, sure, fairly irrelevant channel. I was really surprised to see KP pop up a few, like 2 months ago, whatever it was, with the Lily drama. I thought KP had quit content creation. And ironically, the only reason I know about KP, and I said this to her, is because Lily Orchard made a defense video of her. And when I was, like, trawling through Lily's old, like, content to try and, like, work out what the fucking stuff with the Lily, Lily drama was, because I first saw, like, Lily over the Toon Critic stuff before I knew anything else about Orchard. I was like, I found her talking about KP and Horse News, and that made me look at Horse News and go and look at all the other, like, fucking insane shit the bronies were up to. I really do not remember her having a good reputation past a certain point. Well, past a certain point, none of them fucking did, really. Because the problem with the brony community is that after the Toon Critic stuff happened, a lot of the, like, bigger creators just kind of got burnt into the ground. My God. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm laughing at something Mally sent me. Sorry, funny.
Frustrated, like at the very least that those things were happening simultaneously, and that you're like.
Also, if you want to know why Lily Orchard managed to get popular, it was horse fame, by the way. It was like off the back of the brony community. Another fucking one. Like, it is crazy. The connections here are insane. And again, the current Art CC, like the current shit we're talking about in Art CC, the way that community functions, it grew out of the brony community. There are a lot of dramas tie back to this little group.
I'm sure you're aware of it now, but your anger directed towards me and that to the point of that story, like, you know, was going on by the time where I was really suffering. I had a 2017, a year after, I had to be hospitalized clinically for 2 weeks. So I'm not saying that to be like, whoa, poor me, poor victim. I'm just trying to.
No. That's valid.
Yeah.
Like, but it's no more different than what
I resent every word you just said. Well, it's like, Mally, it's true. Lio Convoy, like, atop the barrel, Senate, all come out of, like, the fucking brony community. It's because Lio started, like, getting involved because of the Toon Critic shit. And then Grizzly the Medic. To be fair, that tends to be the nature of fandom spaces. Older members get called on something fucked. A void opens up, it gets filled by new faces, rinse and repeat. Yeah, that is true.
I was saying is that because I also suffered a mental breakdown a few years ago and had to be properly psychiatrically evaluated.
Jesus fucking Christ, what is this cool?
And, you know, I have a therapist now. I'm on antidepressants.
Good.
So I understand.
Okay, I mean, I don't mean to read you too much, but my vibe is there might be some, like, don't take this as an insult at all. This is not meant to be an insult, but there might be some autism at play. I don't even know if that's crossed your mind.
There might be some autism at play. Yes, I'd apply that to literally everyone involved in cartoon analysis, okay? I like the way when Lio came out, Lio was like, I think I might have autism, and everyone was like, really, you think? Dude, hope you didn't pay for a diagnosis. We could have done that for you.
No, that's true. I just never disclosed that to people.
Why is it always autism? Because internet. Okay, where do you think they're all going?
A lot of habit, really.
Coolest going from inside the house.
I mean, I think that explains why you might have been, pigeon. I don't know what the expression is, but you might not have been focused on how it was affecting me. It was just kind of like
No, that's fair.
kind of thing. So, but I'm glad you're aware of that at least. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people.
What is that footage? It is Toon Critic explaining through the medium of dinosaurs while in a public park how his ex-girlfriend, who is currently like accusing him of stalking her, is actually a lying whore bitch. I love Game Dude. Game Dude lore is so fucking good. I have a stream on it. You should go and watch. It's very funny.
Apologize for not disclosing that to you.
Can we just hand cards with get out of jail free? I have autism on them. Nope, because Jar is not allowed back in the house. Okay. Oh, Toon Critic. Not. Yeah. It's Game Dude. It's Game Dude. What am I talking about? You can always tell the newcomers by if they ask about the dinos. True. It's a bit of it's become a nice little staple.
But that's also technically a childhood trauma thing. Is that people would treat me differently if they knew I had that, so I usually kept it secret.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm just saying for me, like, I don't think you need to be embarrassed. It's just kind of who you are. So, like, if that.
No, I mean, I'm not anymore. But at the time, I definitely would not have told you.
Not the misogynist.
Well, I mean, no, that was just toxic masculinity.
Yeah, well, that's what misogyny is. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I mean, I feel like I've covered most of the ground, and I'm glad we had this talk at least to sort of square things away.
Does any of your other friends know? Like this happened? Any in their circle?
This,
yeah.
The only people that would know would be my family because they had to console me from the stress of the texts. But I didn't really divulge anything. And I called Sean to say that, things are kind of fucked and I was going to talk to you and hope that we could square this away.
How much?
Because he was a person who would have known about the situation before, so.
Right. How much did you tell Sean? Just like the TLDR, or did you like?
I gave him a TLDR. I didn't divulge. I didn't say what you said verbatim or anything. I just said that this happened and that we were going to talk about it and that I hope it goes well.
All right. So I don't really have anything else that I feel comfortable saying at this point, but I'll just leave with good luck and may God have mercy on your soul. And this too shall pass. Okay.
Well, apparently it won't pass, will it, KP? Because you're going to make a video on it for 2 years. Like, fuck me.
All those things. So yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, have a good night. And I think I'm going to limit my communication with you for obvious reasons, but
no, that's perfectly reasonable, and I understand.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you talking to me. Okay.
I appreciate.
Okay. Fuck me. Just actually fuck me. I like what am I what am I meant to even say to this? Like. Dude. Oh, okay. There's another like minute.
The same. You be in good health.
Yeah. I'm fine. I'm much healthier, but it took a very long time for me to get here. Lots of very deep trauma therapy.
And I'm very sorry you had to go through that. I know what it's like.
I appreciate it, but it's just it's. I mean, it's not something I started talking about till relatively recently, but it really fucked up my relationship with my family, or at least complicated it. And it's been harder than I've let on publicly. So I appreciate you saying that.
No, it's all good.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. So.
Okay. Okay, we're going back. We're going back to this. Not to this. Not to Brony Chronicles. Where are these emails with Saber?
There is a baby in the other room.
Sorry, like, I know I normally do like a palate cleanser thing, but for a second, but I let's just keep pace.
Unquote. But that also might have been a ploy to lessen the harshness of the anger present. Regardless, since Chris says he was lying about the whole incident, it's difficult to take his word on anything due to this lie and the actions he took regarding it.
So once I was informed of this information and got Chris admitting to it, I sent that proof to Saber Spark through mutual friends and to DA Games. After reaching out twice and waiting months for any private messages, I eventually received...
Hello, thank you for your patience on this matter. While we understand that our person is serving as a primary point of contact in this case, we believe it's important that Rachel is given direct communication as we proceed. Therefore, we will continue to CC Rachel on communications in the matter. The choice of whether to read these communications is at her discretion. As a company, it is important that we are... Oh my fucking god, okay. We are currently creating an investigation report into this matter, blah, blah, blah. Clear up the point of confusion as arisen during the communications. It had been raised at a point by both Rachel and yourself that the YouTuber Saber Spark has removed Chris from his employment during our investigation into the case. I mean, why do you need an investigation? It's like he told a joke 10 years ago. This fucking so retarded.
Someone at DA Games in their totally real HR department that totally exists. Even though I couldn't find any proof of it online. That's totally not run by Will's roommate, who's financially dependent on him. And for the record, I assumed Chris knew he was being recorded because it was a call about safety. It only gets worse from here.
I'm gonna need every last drop of this.
Let's bring a political comparison. For those who forgot or are not American, good for you. The 2016 leak of the Hollywood Access tape was a big deal. In a bus,
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Someone is talking about women? Shouldn't you tell their future bosses? Does an employee talk about women? Chris's statement also came out, which is really respectful.
A former acquaintance and employer has made some allegations about me, and I'm clear things up so I don't want to indirectly incentivize harassment. We refer to them simply as blue when appropriate. I was not going to acknowledge this, but since people of care are being dragged into this situation, I feel, first of all, I once again meant to apologize for sick confidence. Okay, so this like highlights my fucking issue. This like highlights my issue with this entire fucking drama around anything to do with Black Griffin. Because anything to do with Black Griffin feels like anything and everything is weaponized to go after anybody who's near Black Griffin. Half this shit like feels like it's like presented in such a biased manner, it's very difficult to pick apart. And like it's been going on for years. It's been going on for years. I literally just heard the call. It's like you apologize. I don't get what we're doing here. Locker room joke for those who are upset and burned by blue. It was inexcusable and I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Like, you're sorry. Great. And now we get to like the editor stuff, I guess. Let's... Where is the Saberspark emails? Where is the emails to Saberspark? Does anyone have a timestamp for me in this? Fuck me.
Enough for you. Listen to this.
And another aspect that I didn't really take into account until rather recently is that on top of all the work that the team members are having to do, there's something to be said for all the work that goes into managing those team members. I can't imagine...
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Where are we with this fucking shit? Saberspark email is at 1:13. Wait, what? Wait, all the way back at the beginning? Or 1 hour 13? Okay, I'm assuming that's 1 hour 13.
Steven, you've already passed the allotted time of...
The main issue is Chris's conduct, and you have passed the allotted time. Okay, I'll let her read it.
Given you to deal with the
I'll save my voice. I've got to record it after the stream.
Situation privately, as outlined in my first email, which I feel is ridiculous considering you had access to this information for more than a year, regardless of where it came from. If you're now going to sit there and threaten me with legality after this many private attempts at communication, I will not be entering any further discussion with you after this last correspondence and cutting contact with you at this point.
This is the second email. Go back. Oh, fuck. There's more. Steven, okay.
Integrity.
It is clear to me that you do not wish to correspond with any direct communication, despite you personally requesting so. I said I am disappointed by your behavior would be severe understatement. You called me a liar publicly without even asking the truth or further clarification. To load of shit blanked out. To me, it seems that the only reason why you wanted to get involved in it is that your name is attached and you're more interested in damage control for your brand than your brand's actual integrity. I feel like we wouldn't even be having this conversation if it was not another YouTuber in your space. I hope that you would be professional about this going forward. Frankly, you haven't been through this entire nightmare ordeal, but clearly that is not possible. So see you around, kid. Okay, we're gonna listen to them read the rest of this. Okay.
The reality is I'm incredibly uncomfortable with your general approach in which your previous email and how your public correspondence has been addressed, as well as you in general. So I'll keep this as brief as possible. To add to this whole "I will fight you for the truth" tone your whole last email and the Twitter thread is drenched with undermines the actual issues of the conversation, on top of assuming I'm going to publish falsifiable information. Is that how you talk to someone who's treated poorly by a current employee in the past? Based on all of your previous conversations, forgive me if you're not on the top of my list of people who treat me with assumed respect. In regards to your response on my Twitter posting, your heated response calling me a liar and questioning my character publicly is unacceptable. How you were particularly feeling at the time doesn't justify calling people names and treating them poorly. As well, you could have DM'd me as requested several times or asked for further information before responding in such a tone. When all I ask regarding this exchange is for you to apologize publicly for something you did publicly, you instead doubled down in the last message and tried to justify your feelings, and only privately at that. This doesn't strike me as someone who's dealing with the situation with the utmost maturity, but a desperate attempt to distract from the actual issues and make yourself the victim. The fact that you're going about this route again, even after I proved I wasn't lying the first time, is fucking deranged. Regarding your access to the information about the incident regarding Chris, and your insistence that I was the one who directly discussed the information about Chris instead of your general access to said information seems to be misguided. Do I have to tell you directly what to do with an employee incident of this scale for anything to happen? I shared the confirmation I had from both and that you had said information, which came off as indifferent.
Of this scale? What do you mean of this scale? That happened a fucking decade ago. You want to be fired over this? Fucking deranged. It's so insane. I'm sorry, it's so fucking crazy. I just can't. Guy rides with a 2. Wow, I thought Peaches was vindictive. What the fuck?
Based on what I felt, as well as your correspondence with DA Games alluding to such.
Do you know why no one ever fucking apologizes for something on the internet? This is why no one ever apologizes for things. Like, it's such a waste of time. I said this, like, God, I said this to Dev about the Kirsch stuff. My biggest criticism of Dev involving the Kirsch stuff was he sort of told Kirsch to fuck off and die in a ditch. Why were you trying to placate this psycho annoying bitch? What was the point? What's ever the point of this? Like, because no one actually wants a fucking apology. All they want is to fucking, like, grind people into the dirt. Like, fuck it, it's a waste of time. Tell people to fuck off. Like, it's so easy. Did you say she once had millions of views on some of the videos years ago? This is my first exposure to KP. I don't know what you smoked to say that after this video. No, she does. She does. I mean, fuck it. Hold on. We'll just do this really simply. Wait a second. I'll leave you looking at the brain chat for a sec. KP was not a small channel. When you go back 10 years ago, million views, 600,000 views, 500,000 views, 400,000 views, 400,000 views, 400,000 views. I mean, like, these are multiple videos with decent views on them for significant periods of time. KP was not a small little unknown creator. And you're talking about growth in the early 2010s, where, like, 126,000 subscribers is a very respectable number for that time period. Subscribers matter a lot less now. Like, it's like your subscriber count actually isn't really that relevant to your, like, influence, but, like, it's still like a decent viewership for the time. 300k after 9 years is not impressive, my dude. It's the views at the time. Like, again, if people want to do the whole numbers thing of like, well, you know, after 9 years, it's not that impressive. I mean, people can pocket watch numbers. I think that's kind of gay. But if you're like, if the stance is KP never had ever any influence and was like always a nobody, that's just not accurate. It's just not the reality. And if it was the case, well, it's twofold. If it was the case, people like Saber Spark wouldn't have sort of like these longer interactions with them. And secondly, these people would have disappeared long ago. They exist based off fan bases who have stuck with them and sort of dwindled over time. It's all pony people though? Yeah, but we're talking about niche communities. Do you think anybody, I mean, again, like you can say this about the cartoon analysis community. It's like Saberspark has 2 million subs, but do you think anyone like outside the cartoon analysis community really gives a fuck about that? Like, these brackets have very contained viewerships within them. They exist in bubbles. It's not like being Mr. Beast. I don't care if the brony community is 1 million people, they're still bronies. Sure. I keep thinking about Malcolm murdering KP by comparing her photo to two dudes in white chicks when they're in disguise. Jesus Christ. There are so many 1 mil YouTubers I know nothing about, and I've been around since 2009 on YouTube at least. Yeah, of course. Like, it's actually, again, like, you can hit the algorithm at the right direction and get, like, fucking huge sub numbers. You only have to really look at the influence, like, commentary has on dramas and things. Diorio's only just hit, like, 100,000k. Like 100k. And above, but his influence on stories on other YouTubers is massive. It's so disproportionate, as is the like general acknowledgement. When you're talking about little fucking communities that are sort of like insular, you should be taking YouTubers by their size relevant to time and community. Otherwise, like, I mean, you can do the thing of like, kind of, what's a good way to put this? Taking people out of their relative context. I just think that's kind of gay and dishonest, basically. Eric's Blue with the 5. I'm here for my sticker. I think you're one off. Not gonna lie, I don't care about this thing, therefore no one could ever care about it. It's unimportant. Is such a dumb approach. Yeah. Basically. Like, I don't care about footy, but I'm not so up my own arse to pretend it's not important to other people. Yeah. Pretty much, just take people, like, if you want to understand people's placement or relevance, take them in the context in which they exist. Give me the stickers. Okay, there we go. There we go, thank you for the 5. See, and now we get to do the other animation. So many stickers, chat. So many stickers. Sticker me. Thank you, Munchin, with the 2. Yeah, like, again, it's one of those where pretending people are more irrelevant than they are. It's like, okay, let's take that at face value. If you are genuinely going to make the argument that people like KP or whatever are irrelevant, or Lily Orchard is fucking irrelevant, like, comparatively, when you look at, like, size. Like, Lily has a couple of videos that have done really well, but generally speaking, like, it's irrelevant, right? And it's also not why we talk about Lily Orchard. No one really gives a fuck in the wider Lily Orchard conversation about Lily Orchard's cartoon takes. They care about the fact that Lily Orchard wrote incest fan fiction and has like a load of fucking pedophile allegations against her. Holy shit, dude, this drama is massive. Thank you, somebody with the 2. Am I irrelevant? Because I'm a brony. An even bigger one when I was 13. Yes. Yes, you are. That's how this works. It's like, again, if KP is irrelevant, then the video doesn't matter, right? But she's not, and it does. I only have 16k subs and have only been a YouTuber for a year and a half, and I pull better numbers than KP or Lio, and like it astonishes me. Sure. But again, like what's your actual influence? Like not even in an offensive way. Like if I went to somebody and was like, in general commentary who's covering drama, like in a couple of different communities, whether it's the art community, toy community, or like even the reason he ends up like being talked about in this drama is because of his history there. Like people will be like, oh yeah, Lio Convoy. Even in relation to like Mama Max, Lio gets reference, right? But if I was like, who's Sai? Does anyone, like, again, not in an offensive way, it's like, did anyone is gonna be like, oh yeah, Sai? It's like completely proportional, not just to viewership, but like the reach, I guess. I don't really cover drama though. I laugh at people being stupid. But that's drama content. Like, that's the thing though. It's like, it's not just about sub numbers or even viewership. It's generally about reach and influence. These days, at least. But that is like a change to the system. That changed like in the 2020s. Previous to that, it's like before I'd heard about like, okay, here's an example. The first time I heard about Ant, it's because Ant had some involvement or something to do with EFAP. That's the first time I heard anything about Ant. Like, Ant's sub numbers don't really mean anything. Like, the first time I ever heard of Usai was to do with like KP and KP Courtney Orchard drama.
As well as there being a public safety report available with public contact information present for over a year regarding the situation. So I don't understand how it's particularly relevant how you learned your employee sexually harassed someone in the past. It just matters that it happened. Even assuming you didn't know about Chris's actions up to the Twitter exchange, I still emailed you directly to discuss it before it reached this point, and you seemed to ignore that email and only responded to a second after my frustration became clearer. To be frank, it doesn't matter how the perpetrator feels how the resolution went, but the fact that it happened in the first place is unacceptable. Chris is very obviously going to tell you whatever you need to hear to keep his job. It's alright, guys. The criminal said the crime actually wasn't so bad after all. Hell, it doesn't even matter how I feel about it. Still, if you were so...
That's so dumb. You've got, like, the actual fucking context of the fucking call. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Concerned with my personal opinion on the matter to the point whether it would directly dictate your decision to keep Chris on staff or not, I do not, for the life of me, understand why you didn't reach out to me, directly or indirectly through our friends. Great job updating me on the current status of Chris's employment, even now, by the way. Good job. 10 out of 10. Regardless, this isn't a joke, and your insistence as such is the underlying problem of this whole situation. How is it a fucking joke to say you ejaculated on your boss's clothing and say that to other men multiple times? It cannot and should not be belittled as just drama. Why would I have gone through the trouble of corresponding with DA Games or having a safety report be written if I just thought it was just a joke? I was and am worried about the children Chris and the greater DA Games community still have access to, even if I had forgiven Chris.
Why is that fucking relevant to what Chris did? I don't understand the idea of the safety report shit. To be clear, the safety report stuff, by the way, is like a whole fucking thing. Like, this community stuff. And again, I get it, because I've fucking dug through all the Senate shit, the idea behind safety reports or call-outs against people who may be, like, problematic in the community or whatever. But they're, like, wildly inconsistent and seem to all be treated with the same amount of fucking gravity.
Chris, for some reason, it wouldn't be relevant. Even still, you seem to show anger that I got Chris's confession on record in comparison, you know, what he actually confessed to, with your comment stating, "Are you gonna record the call without telling me the same way you did Chris?" To be clear, he is not the victim. Full stop. Neither are you, for that matter, Mr. Truth Seeker. Publicly throwing the actual recipient under the bus and siding with the sexual harasser just because he did not know he was going to be on record as a safety concern, on top of being incorrect about your information, is one of the most idiotic...
Are we referring to telling a locker room story as sexual harassment now? Because it's not. Like...
chaotic parts of this whole ordeal. I felt it was very obvious that the intention was a recording for the public record, and a possible angle interpretation of him being blindsided by a bad joke turned public because I want to be a bitch and cause problems is just insulting and disrespectful on so many levels. Or how you put it, publicly discussing half-truths to gain sympathy and slander your name. Spoiler alert, this isn't about you. Additionally, the fact that I went out of my way to privately talk to you directly after several attempts to seek resolution with the staff and wanted to ask on the Twitter thread and still did not receive a response until sending a second email outlining my frustration is just ridiculous. I then even provided additional proof of racism and Nazi imagery that Chris and Will displayed. There are even incidents of lolicon/child pornography.
Oh my fucking god, what? I'm just checking timestamps to before fucking flashbang by shit.
And sharing that material with minors, allegedly accidentally on the document I linked, as well as Will dating a minor in 2015. If we only knew what Saber Spark thought about lolicon. Oh wait.
As his following grew, Cal became very publicly outspoken with his dislike of lolicon and similar taboo art styles. For those who are not familiar with them, let's just say it's
This additional
Wait, do I have the censor thing? Yeah, I do, actually. Where is it? Oh, I don't think I have it up at the moment. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. I might have to find it again. Forgotten you did that for me. That was fucking banging.
Document has been publicly available for over 2 years. The DA Games community server has had pedophiles that were quietly kicked out if/when discovered instead of publicly acknowledged. One has a motherfucking mugshot on the document. Since this all seems to have gone ignored until now, on
Would I like it resent? Yes, please. I don't think there's any more actually in here. I think we're past that point. We're going to go through the rest of this section, and then we'll get there.
The safety report of the incident being publicly available for over a year solidifies to me my original assumption that you do only care when you have consequences for your lack of action. God forbid someone is a creep on my staff, just don't tell the public he works for me! Does it not seem like common sense to fire someone who talks this way about others, especially women, regardless of when it happened? In the interest of openness, though, I am open to do an on-the-record, three-way conversation between you and myself to get to the truth of the matter at a later time, but that will be at your discretion as his boss and at his comfort level. As I want to honor request and not be involved anymore and not emotionally distress him. But bluntly, I will not tolerate the consistent implications of untruthfulness until this happens. Can reach out in the future if he is interested and comfortable about a possible conversation. Lastly, as I don't want to get too personal, but it's absolutely laughable that you consider your romantic interest in me and our friendship ending as mutually parting ways. Like, what fucking planet are you on? Is that how you summarize every—
What? What are we doing? What is this? What would you mean? Hold on a second. I just need to... I'm just going very quickly, just because I've been sent it again, and I like it. It brings me joy. So, we're doing this again. I haven't had this up in ages. I probably don't need it again, but it's fun. It makes me laugh. Haha. It's really the little things. It's really the little things, and there's nothing interesting on screen anyway. Let's go back.
Conversation. Lastly, I reach out in the future if their time, but that will be at your discretion as his boss and at his comfort level. As I want to honor request and not be involved anymore and not emotionally distress him. But bluntly, I will not tolerate the consistent implications of untruthfulness until this happens. Can reach out in the future if he is interested and comfortable about a possible conversation. Lastly, as I don't want to get too personal, but it's absolutely laughable that you consider your romantic interest in me and our friendship ending as mutually parting ways.
Oh, no, fucking dude. Okay, sure. You know, when I say my audience is like overly attracted to me, it's a joke, right? Like This is very dumb. The problem is as well, I don't know whether half these accusations can hold any fucking water. I sort of assume they can't. Because why would I think otherwise? Spend all their time fucking bringing up shit that just doesn't hold any water. Fuck me.
Like, what fucking planet are you on? Is that how you summarize every one of your failed courtships? Let me refresh you on the experience. After months of spending time together in person, and your insistence that we were just friends, your goal seemingly was instead to spend time with me and see if I would change my mind and be open to a romantic relationship. At that time, I felt like I'd finally had found a like-minded content creator and friend close and distant to me. I think I even said something along the lines of, "These feel like dates. I'm just making sure we're hanging out as friends, right?" After you grew distant, I felt manipulated and pressured to say I was open to dating in order to not lose that friendship. You then dated Gabe's sister over me and then asked about my dating availability immediately after that ended. I tried to play it off but was uncomfortable with the whole situation. I felt like I was only...
What? What? Like, unironically, what?
important to you if I was dateable, and a backup option at that. Would I have been treated the same way as a new potential friend if I was male identifying? This is the whole reason I went to your staff in the first place and not you directly. I felt objectified by my direct experiences towards you and did not wish to repeat said experiences for the sake of my own mental health. But you implied you needed the clarification, so there you go, buddy. At this point, I feel exacerbated with the favor I've given you and others, personally and professionally, so I'll be ending the conversation here. To remind you, I am not a third party in this situation trying to get cheap or easy views off a popular content creator. This is how Chris treated me behind my back. This is how he never owned up to those actions till I had to find out about them myself. This is how his behavior has continued. This is how the greater DA Games community could be potentially harmful to children. This is on top of Chris's misogynistic, anti-Semitic behavior that I stupidly forced myself to tolerate when he worked for me. And the fact that I have to sit here and fight and scream and kick for anyone to take this seriously is so emotionally draining, triggering, and insulting.
Just absolutely fucking unhinged.
This whole situation has been a nightmare, but I'm not going to sit here and let everyone else pretend it's just a joke out of public convenience. And I would bet good money that he's still on your payroll. I'm at a loss for words. Frankly, I do not have the
New rule, I think. If you have an internet beef, you should have to fight in a cage 1 round for every page of the call-out doc. Exceptions for children, they can fight in the kiddie pen. Dude, I mean, like, that's the fucking origin point of half the internet boxing shit, isn't it? It's fucking Andy Warski versus Tonkasaw. I'll get in the cage, but I will cheat and I will have a shank on me. Yeah, that makes sense for my wife. Guys, Howard with the 5. It's really hard to not say that this video was made because she wasn't picked. I think a lot of this is down. I think a lot of this is down to grudges and relationships that broke down like a decade ago. I think an awful lot of this shit is down to that, frankly. I think that's the origin point of a huge amount of this fucking drama. I think that's the origin point with Emmy. I've said this. Emmy's statement reads to me like somebody who wasn't picked in a relationship and Saber didn't want to fucking date them, and they've held that like against him for over a decade. That's how it reads to me. I don't know. Saber might come out with a statement and like completely fucking fuck it up. I don't know. If he's smart, he won't respond. That would be the smart thing to do. I wouldn't stab you, e-husband, I promise. Thank you, I appreciate that, and I don't believe you. Look, people hold grudges for long times in the content creation space. Like, that's, like, YouTubers are incredibly petty people, generally speaking, because, I mean, only a truly unhinged individual, generally speaking, becomes a YouTuber. YouTubers are not very well balanced. By and large, YouTubers have never achieved anything in the real world, and like their YouTube channel and their viewership is like the biggest thing they have going for them. It is the main thing they care about. Look at the VTuber community, yeah, absolutely. They're petty and hold grudges over the stupidest shit. Yeah, true. This is why it's best to be a drama streamer right off the fucking bat, because you can just tell people to go and get fucked and not worry about it. It's very pleasant, okay?
Patience or emotional bandwidth for your tone, your constant visualization, or to discuss this further with you at this point, for your own perceived direct benefit. To be blunt, you triggered the shit out of me, Steven. And I still tried multiple times to communicate with you, but ultimately was met with silence until now. You were screaming on Twitter like a child at me for months after trying to get any kind of internal word on Chris, and the information being in the public eye, and you still haven't fucking apologized for any of it. How do you think this makes me feel? On top of that, only then to even be taking it seriously because I might make a video and hurt other people's reputation.
That's very interesting. That's not what you said in... That's very interesting. Hold on, let me take this down a sec.
Now, you were screaming on Twitter like a child at me for months after trying to get any kind of internal word on Chris, and the information being in the public eye, and you still haven't fucking apologized for any of it. How do you think this makes me feel?
That's interesting that she said that, because what she wrote was, what do you think that says about your character? What the fuck? Gangster with a 5. To be fair, regardless of whether or not the Saber stuff is true, people will still believe it because they don't like Saber. Yeah, I mean, dude, part of this is to do with the fact that, like, most of these allegations, like, when you look through the fucking old, like, actually, when you look at a lot of fucking YouTube drama and shit, most allegations seem incredibly flimsy and based on either very light evidence, circumstance, or pure testimony. So it's not like the Saber stuff doesn't fucking surprise me, right? It's just what happens every fucking time.
On top of that, only then to even be taking it seriously because I might make a video and hurt other people's reputation really shows me how being affected by all this really matters in the long run to you. Sexual harassment, use of Nazi imagery, pedophilia, fine to sweep it on the rug, just don't bring it up on Twitter.
Ramesses, you bring this up.
Oh, okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. I'm really trying not to get fucking content claimed today. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice if one of my streams had fucking ad revenue coming from it. Okay, cool. I think that's most of the side stuff. And then we go back to Chris. Some more about Chris? Let's listen to some more about Chris.
I can't believe I have to even have this segment, but with the implication of Steven's "what are you gonna do, record me?" comment on top of Chris's statement talking about the recording being without his knowledge, let's just clear this up. So firstly, as already stated, I thought it was obvious that a call-up was being recorded for safety reasons, because it's about sexual harassment. It's not like a fun call.
To be fair, his stance on Griffin after more stuff came out was suspect at best. Yes, but as previously discussed, I'm not sure how much to trust the Black Griffin stuff, because the source of it is fucking crazy people. Like, and so much of it, again, is just circumstance and assumption, and it is it could be true. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I don't trust the fucking source of half this shit. Man used to enjoy petty drama. This is so sad to see. Once again, I blame Chud Logic. I was not going to cover the Saber Spark stuff.
Oh, like, I thought it was obvious.
If one of them is in a two-party consent state, she could be sued. Honestly, anybody who anybody who complains about fucking call recording and like it's like, well, that could be illegal. It is the gayest shit on the planet. Like, nobody is ever going to take anyone to court over a fucking Discord call. And actually, the way that law works, I'm not sure it would hold up, by the way. It's never been tested in court, but my understanding of that law, like from just speaking to some lawyers on it, is it wouldn't hold up in court. It's to do with telephone recordings. It's like insane. Happy Mother's Day, except the feminist woman. Equal rights and left all around. Remember, chat, stay away from women like Anissa. So true. Thank you for the 5. It's just like, dude, assume you are being recorded. Just make that assumption. Life gets a lot fucking easier. And again, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter that she did, because Chris isn't denying the allegations. It literally could be illegal, though, especially the way she's using it for defamation. Like, the defamation stuff in these videos could get you in trouble, but like, dude, I don't know. I people like complaining about fucking call recording. I don't know. It's it feels like there should be like higher priorities. It's it's insanely frustrating every time it comes up. No one should make that assumption. The ACC shit of recording everyone is weird. That is all communities, Si. That's all communities. That's not just an ACC thing. Like, you go to commentary, people record calls. You go to like dramas when they come out of like fucking history tube or the like armaments community, people record calls. That is just, dude, this happens everywhere. Everywhere. Gore World. Recording calls and doxing. Like, these dramas and like these elements of dramas are universal to YouTube stories. Now, man, that shit's weird. That's all YouTube. That's all communities. So I don't know why we're pretending otherwise.
Obviously, it wasn't. This isn't just someone calling me a bitch or something subliminally small. Like, this is someone using the fact that I am a girl as a way to negatively sexualize me to make themselves feel better. Should I have to say that's not okay? Additionally, this is someone I trusted enough to represent me at a convention. This isn't just some rando being a dick because he's mad at me for existing on the internet. I think that's why this sucks a little bit more.
Figures, because bitches love bringing up old stuff.
Something else to keep in mind is the loss of reputation, which is hard to recover from. How do the receivers of the story, knowing that it's false or not, going to feel about the person who the story is being told about? I didn't know this was happening, and I can't...
I mean, if you want to talk about big YouTubers and recorded calls, look at Soggy Cereal's video on Dogpack. Soggy Cereal's video on Dogpack includes a recorded call of, like, Dogpack being dismissed. And that's from Mr. Beast's company. Now, obviously, like, that's going to be recorded, but releasing that is seriously fucking questionable, as much as I hate Dogpack. Like, if you look at, like, the stuff around Mudahar and Nux, or Mama Max, it's all recorded calls there as well. If you go through, like, most of these fucking dramas, you'll find somebody's got, like, leaked DMs or recorded calls. That's why it is literally always best to remain consistent between public and private takes. That's what's eating Mudahar right now with the Mama Max stuff. He wasn't consistent over his, like, takes on Mama Max, on Tommy C. That's an excellent interview from an actual company, though, not a Discord call. But what you're talking about isn't just recording, it's also the releasing of stuff. When we're talking about Discord calls, when you're talking about, like, conversations with other creators, especially on stuff where you've got, like, issues with people, the sensible stance is just, I'm probably being recorded. That's just, that should be obvious. And then when it comes down to it, the complaint of, well, they recorded a call and released it on me. It's like, well, yeah, you're in a fucking YouTube beef with somebody. I don't know how many companies you get fired from, they record you on the way out. I don't know. I've never been fired, actually. So, but that weird? I suppose that's probably a bit weird. Usually surely you'd have somebody there to, like, make notes on it, like from HR, but that's, like, about it. It's not obvious. This is why I don't get in a call with ACC or ACC adjacent people. I mean, again, I would just say this for pretty much all YouTube drama, right? Depends whether you get into a lot of drama with people. If you're like a non-drama channel, maybe you wouldn't make that assumption on like a random call. But this is also why YouTubers tend not to have many other YouTuber friends. Because eventually, even if it's apparently a decade later, somebody's going to come out and make a fucking hit piece on you. Like... And the reason I'm not just saying this is an ACC thing, though yes, in the ACC it's going to be a lot of recorded calls, is because, again, this is true in general commentary. If you look at any of the commentary hell stuff with, like, Himpleton, it's all recorded calls. If you look at, like, the stuff that happened with Bo Blacks, it's a load of recorded calls. The stuff that happened with Tipster, there's recorded calls there. Like, it seems pretty universal. Twitch poll, all the politics stuff. Look at all the shit that's happening around Destiny and, like, Vosh back in the day. It's all recorded calls. Again, Gore World, recorded calls. LawTube, recorded calls. Sector, recorded calls. Fucking hell, like back in the day with Sector, like Tonkasaw released a fucking video on like Jim trying to catch Mr. Medica out. Remind me not to get involved in any sort of commentary group, but people in my own orbit then? I mean, like, dude, I would say that if you don't work on that assumption, at some point it will bite you in the ass. I think it's very, very fucking naive not to think like that. And if you're the sort of person who says things privately and publicly is the same thing, you've got nothing to worry about. None of that is normal. I mean, I've just listed off like multiple YouTube communities to you. I don't know what to tell you. It seems pretty consistent. You'll get differences with different people. Like, I don't release calls. But I've certainly recorded calls for my own protection, just in case the other person has. And then I just have a very strong no leaks rule. Which is probably how you should be acting. But YouTubers aren't normal. No, because this in space is incredibly fucking cutthroat. And to be fair, I wouldn't record general calls with people, but anything that's like a drama call or like, I don't know, a confrontation of some kind. Yeah, I'd kind of make that assumption. I think that's pretty reasonable. Well, you do have to worry about your words being chopped up and used in a way to make you sound like a monster. Chris is an example. Yeah, which is also why you should record calls on your side, so that people can't do that to you. So if people are cutting you out of context, you can be like, here's the full fucking call. That's not what I said. That's not the context of the call. This is true in TechTube, ReligiousTube, Commentary, and multiple others. How the fuck are people still this obtuse on the subject? If you exist online, expect every call can be recorded. Yeah, it's just the unfortunate reality. I mean, again, you can do the whole thing of I don't want to treat people in the way that I expect to be recorded, and I commend the faith in humanity, but when it bites you, like, that's the warning, right? This keeps happening. It's happened for years. Why would you not make that assumption at that point?
Can't defend myself or my reputation if I'm not there. If Wu was a collaborator I was interested in working with at the time, he would definitely have negative feelings about working with me now. What happens if the story spreads or even becomes distorted through a game of telephone and changes depending on the teller? First impressions can last months or even years, and will psychologically affect personal treatment and ideals, even the fact of contrary evidence. See, the political landscape. This is not something Chris came to me about after it happening. We seemingly had a decent rapport up to this point. Chris could have admitted this happened years ago and I would have still been pissed, but at least he would have owned up to it and maybe made a public apology, but instead I had to hear it from a witness. It makes me feel like crap. It makes me feel like my...
It's also really interesting when people do this thing about public apologies, because, like, if, depending on, like, what it is, like, generally a private apology is probably better. Because you're just like, oh, this person's actually sorry to me. So his apology isn't owning up. Yeah, they want, like, KP wants something actually public. Because she wants blood, basically. Bro, this fucking video, man. And then that spiraled further out into, like, the wider DA Games allegations and stuff. Fuck, the Black Griffin drama really is a fucking nightmare.
Personal comfort, safety, and privacy is less important than convenience or the bro code. At the same point, I want to analyze the implications of mistreatment. Like, if Chris really felt this way, I don't know why it didn't come up at that moment he was making those jokes, or after, or even when I confronted him. It came up on an apology statement as a vague reference. This is actual sexualized art, a sexualized story, buying me a Discord figure years ago. And he also made comments on my body when I did the ice bucket challenge. So, 3 sex things plus a potential romantic gesture. Chris maybe have been bitter because I didn't...
Because of, like, a potentially romantic gesture? What? Like, okay. Right, okay. Fuck me.
reciprocate romantic feelings or something. Turns out editing for free isn't a winning strategy for dating KP.
Okay, let's go ahead and try not get fucking... Dude, fucking... How are you even getting monetized, KP?
Here, and I unfortunately have a fair share of experience with recognizing online grooming, and am pretty unashamed in speaking out loudly against it. Gabriel C. Brown, also known as Black Griffin Online, has had growing speculations and...
Okay. Okay, let's hear the Courtney take on the fucking Griffin stuff. Let's do this. I'm gonna leave the censor up because these people have no idea how to, like, fucking actually block anything out in a video.
Concerns regarding his relationship with his now wife and voice actress of Sweetie Belle on My Little Pony. From most accounts, it looks as if Gabe had groomed his now wife from the time she was 14 until she pursued him herself at the age of 20.
This is so fucking mental to put in a video. Like, it really is. It's so mental. I don't know what the fuck you think you're going to achieve. You never run a victim story essentially against a victim. Because even if you are right, you will never fucking win that. All you are doing is making yourself look like a fucking psychopath. There is no solid evidence. Everything is speculation. Say that? Yeah. It's fucking completely crazy.
After their announced engagement and subsequent marriage, Gabe faced growing accusations online of grooming his wife. He dismissed the accusations under the guise that he had not known her prior to her being 20, and any interactions they did have while she
became friends about 4 years ago. She asked me out and I turned her down. She then asked me out a few more times and I finally said yes. Turns out we have a lot in common and we really like each other, so we got married. The end. I mean, they had some interaction certainly before that, but again, like, dude, you're asking about somebody who's actually taken the step to get married. This is like the kid behind the camera stuff as well. It's like, you may be right. You may be correct. You still really can't run stories like this without looking like a fucking deranged lunatic. And think about the fucking, like, the potential damage you're doing as well if you are wrong.
She was a minor were strictly professional and in convention spaces only. A Google document has since been created compiling evidence from Gabe and his wife's own Twitter and YouTube accounts proving these dismissals to be false, as well as proving multiple other instances of Gabe showcasing problematic behavior. I've covered the topic in a little more depth in an hour-long video on my channel, which will no doubt be linked in the description below. Anyway, I'm sprinkled throughout this video a few times, so I shall see you all in my next segment.
Okay. What is this? Defamation disclaimer. The following is anonymous victim testimony again regarding interaction of fan with YouTube Saber Spark. So this is like the testimony from Emmy, which we're not going over because I don't want to do this live because it would kind of cuck my video. It should be out soon anyway. It should be good. Should be good. But at least I've caught up on the like other shit I needed to. There's literally screenshots of him flirting with a 14-year-old. Yeah, that's the fucking like DeviantArt shit. But the problem is this. The reason you don't run bad allegations or speculative allegations is because it lessens the impact or the trustworthiness of anything that's stronger. Now, what I've said on the Black Griffin stuff is it sounds like it could have legs. I don't know. I haven't looked at all of it. But what I have seen of it is stuff that you probably shouldn't be running. And if there is stronger stuff that's not to do with his, like, fucking wife, who he's married to, and you only have speculation of, that's what you should be running and where your focus should be. Because now, like, all I've got is I can't trust the people who are running that story because it seems that they are grasping at literally anything. That's a fucking issue. I don't know. Might dig it myself. It is a fucking, it's an insane issue to do stuff like that. If you want to run allegations of people being a fucking pedophile, you need to be so squeaky clean with your research. It's insane. Beckett being way nicer to chatters today than I could ever be. Yeah, I mean, this drama's a lot like when you cover anything to do with certain fucking sections where there's already a pre-existing fan base with a particular opinion, which I've never kind of courted groups like that, which is why I made a fucking hit piece on Dogpack. But yeah, I mean, again, I've not said that the Black Griffin stuff isn't true. I've just said I don't trust the source of the Black Griffin allegations, because I don't. That's basically it. It seems very reasonable, actually. The editing in this is absolutely mental. Yes, it is. Thank you, Thuman. Yes, I'm aware Chuli's got a video in the works as well. We'll be going over that. I'm very excited for Chuli's next video. If only there was a group of professionally trained people to handle accusers of SA, a man can dream. So true! Wouldn't that be nice? I'm sorry, but if you consistently hang out with a minor and marry that minor when they're older, that's grooming. His old tweets with her have been scrubbed clean. And I'm sure they have. Okay, so here's the reason. Here's a very simple reason. You don't fucking ask somebody's wife to testify against them. Okay? You don't. You also don't do this with victims. I'm not a victim advocacy channel. I am a fucking drama tuber. But you do not try and go to people and go, you were fucking groomed, weren't you groomed? And when they argue with you, go, well, of course you have like Stockholm syndrome for your groomer who you're in love with. You don't pull shit like that. It's actually very fucked up to do that to people. Because also, let's say you're fucking right once again, and that's something they need to come to in their own time, in their own terms. It is incredibly fucked to do that to somebody. And again, you will lose sympathy for, yes, they did that. They are trying to basically get his wife to admit that he's a groomer and leave him. That is a very fucked thing to do. And to be clear as well, brony fandom isn't exactly fucking clean hands from what I've been seeing. Doesn't the attack on Claire only make Gabe's grooming more reinforced? Yeah, that is another element, if it is true. I get that a lot of people are out for blood on things. Believe me, once again, shitposting drama tuber. But when you are dealing with allegations like this that are potentially, A, life-ruining and will ruin the lives of people around them, you should, just as a human being, not be a total fucking twat about it. I feel like these are very, very low standards I'm asking all of you to fucking have. Okay? And I'm not just shouting at Turt here. I'm just shouting at the people generally. Okay? Alright, remember she said, I wish she had groomed me. Well, yeah, she's gonna defend her husband. Of course she is. She's in fucking love with him. At the end of the day, no one knows these people's lives. What's the end game? They're forced to get divorced. Yeah, I mean, I was like, I don't know much about Lazy Bedhead. I was quite annoyed at Lazy Bedhead's one section of Lazy Bedhead's video where she was going over this and she was like, oh, and apparently like people are getting involved in their family issues, and Saber Spark was tweeting at her dad about him being a bad father. That's really fucked up. I'm like, you are commenting on someone's marriage. How fucking dense can you be? You can't sit there, comment on somebody's marriage, and then be like, it's really fucked up for YouTubers to get involved and comment on people's family matters. That is the densest shit I've ever fucking heard. Like, I was crashing out while watching this video. And the problem is, when you have shit like this, it is going to make me, like, not want to watch the rest of the argument you're presenting, okay? Like, even I keep slurs to a minimum when I'm trying to at least explain sections of an argument to a slightly more soy audience, okay? This isn't This isn't rocket science. Very fucking simple. Very fucking simple, okay? I don't know anything about Lazy. I'm not trying to take shots at Lazy. I'm just saying that section of the video in particular really fucking annoyed me. GB can be guilty, and those covering the story can be untrustworthy. Those things don't need to interact with each other. Yeah. Which is why somebody needs somebody who is objective and who is like who can take a serious look at the fucking Griffin stuff probably needs to do that. And I want to be clear. I'm not saying that's me. I actually don't know how I feel about covering it at all because it's such a mess. And because the people who are interested in it, frankly, on both sides, whether they are DA Games Black Griffin defenders or whether they are Black Griffin is a pedophile like accusers, both sides of that fucking like drama are incredibly fucking annoying, and I don't want any of them in my audience. Like, I don't want praise from people who are like, yes, call the people we hate pedophiles. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I didn't want this. I didn't want this with the Mr. Beast drama. I didn't want this with the Chris Tyson drama. I don't want it with any of this fucking shit, okay? I didn't want the fucking people who are like, yeah, we need to cancel Chris Tyson because they're trans in the fucking audience either, okay? Fuck. Oh, is Op doing it? Op will do a good job if he goes over the Black Griffin stuff. Op's good. There's a spider on my wall, guys. What do I do? Get a glass. How you doing, Lanza? Give it a little blankie and a fly to eat. That's so true. Offer it a blunt. Oh yeah, I should be clear, because I mentioned Chuli. Chuli's new video on Caden, Chuli messaged me about this. It's stuff I've basically already gone over. She was like, you should probably skip it. There's nothing new there. So I'll wait for her next one, which she's announced. Because I was going to go live and watch it, to be clear. But then she was like, it's already stuff you've seen. I'm sure it's very good, and you should all go and watch it, by the way, because, you know, I like Chuli's content. Chuli is like the only video essayist I'll watch on this channel. Unironically, to like go through like the story. I like her content, it's really good. Yes, also go and watch Lanza's new videos because they were also very good. I feel like people want to know what the fuck is actually going on because there isn't so much fluff and narrativizing of evidence in those documents. Yeah. Yeah. Would you like a cringe clip from me? Yes, please, wifey. That sounds good. That sounds fun. We'll do that. We'll do that as a last thing before I go back to fucking recording this video. This has been a nice little stream, actually, hasn't it? It's been good. It's been good. Not bad for something I randomly decided to do to give myself a break. Give me one sec. No worries. Take your time. Take your time. Oh. He's doing another like 5-6 hour stream and like blacking out. I don't know. The Saber Spark video will be out in a couple of days anyway. We'll go from there. So nice you managed to make us all misogynistic bastards. You were already there already. What are you talking about? That's the nature of this fucking content. Is Op going to be live in a bit? That gives me someone to raid into anyway. It's nice. It's nice and easy. I will get around to the Mama Mac stuff. What else is there to say about Saber that hasn't been said already? Oh, I interviewed KP and I've got like all the fucking behind the scenes DMs and shit. So I'll go through all of that. I'll go through all of that and just build out a fucking timeline. Well, not exactly timeline. There are a couple of things that are probably worth noting about this community as well. Hamilton Gerard Davis did nothing wrong. Leviathans are coming. The Leviathans are coming for you. Fuck me. Op is live already, but they never start in the first hour. True. He takes his time. Beckett does not want to feed you guys good Southern American hate preacher cringe. He is depriving you of content. That's true. Sure, I've been very focused recently. Well, comparatively focused than how I normally am. I would have raided him already, to be honest. I'm just waiting for the wife. There we go. What are you sending me? Enjoy with no context. Okay, hold on. I need to download something. This looks interesting. I'm intrigued. Because Malik sent me. Okay. Let's have a little look. See at this, shall we? Where is it? My downloads.
I'm gonna be so.
What is this? Is it this one? Are we in? Yes, we are. That's a bit big. There we go.
I'm gonna be so. The feminine urge to be chained to a radiator. Oh my god! I'm gonna be.
Noted, Mally. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate that. That's useful information down the road. Oh, fuck me. Being clown gonna get me. Lol. Fuck me. Okay, cool. Right, where's this alt block stream? I like the way Chud's already got a fucking thumbnail video up for Mar Max tomorrow. Let me just get alt block. I'm not allowed to upload that as it is to the channel. Watching Transformers, things happen. That makes sense. Oh, they're doing Black Griffin. Okay. Okay. Go watch their coverage of Black Griffin. That's all set up. Look, I really want to do the Cloak and Dagger stuff. I'm really enthused for this, but I want to get the Black Griffin video, not Black Griffin, Saber Spark video out and finished as soon as possible. So that's currently my priority, and then we'll go for that. Fucking set fire to me. Have a good rest of the weekend if I'm not streaming again. Be good. Say hi to Opblock for me, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.